Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 03.06.2026. Current time is 05:59 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. This Friday morning, we made it. Thank God it's Friday. And we do have audio. We do have audio. And good morning to you all. Good morning to you all for a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag BSDTD. And we do have the morning coffee. And I actually can get it from here. I cleaned this whole left side out. Remember the last broadcast Wednesday? I had the problem, and that's off now, right? Yeah. Let's make sure that's off the clock over here. But I have this. I can put my water. It's all cleared out. I cleared out a drawer down below. Put all the stuff down below. It looks like a regular. Even the missus was impressed, I guess. So good morning to you all. I do have the morning coffee here. It's tasting very good this morning. I put a tablespoon of honey in it, so I have some honey. I could suck this right down real quick. But we are getting our day started on this Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We made it to the weekend. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, and all those other fine and good social media platforms that I post on. Just Google at Fireman Rich or look in the show notes on the particular platform you're on to see where I'm at. And I want to say good morning to Tina, our Jersey girl. She is here. And good morning to you. And let's see. We have Z from Turkey. Good morning, Z. He's here this morning. Of course, it's afternoon over there where he's at. Probably around what? It's 8 hours, so it's about 2:00 or something like that. And Tina saying hi to Z. So good morning to you all. And yes, good morning to you, Z. Good morning. 2 p.m. Okay, it's 2 p.m. I thought that. Yeah. So that's what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 1 2. Oh, so it's 8 hours. 8 hours. Okay, how come I'm thinking, okay, 7 hours would be, that's okay, 7 and 6 hours is Italy, 5 hours is UK. Okay. I get my time straight. You're making me think about my times and stuff. But I hope everybody's doing fine. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday, as far as I guys. And you're with your girlfriend this time. Well, good morning to Z's girlfriend. Good morning to you. And but I hope everybody we had a rainy day yesterday, and you can see I got a haircut. I got a haircut yesterday. That's why I spent a good hour in the barber shop talking to my barber there. I go to him probably once every couple of months and stuff, and he's right down here, down the road here in Waverly. And good guy, good guy. He was a full barber shop there on a rainy Thursday. So I got a haircut. I was due one and stuff like that because, which is good because next week. Got something in my eye here. What the hell is that? I think next Friday we're planning on going to an event. It's sort of a a Glenn Campbell sort of cover band, I guess. I like Glenn Campbell, not Glenn Campbell. Who's that guy? Who is? Oh, John Denver. John Denver. John Denver. Cover band, I guess, or something. You know, they play John Denver, and I guess they're supposed to be really good. So, and I'm a John Denver fan. I'm age dating myself. I loved John Denver when I was a kid. I can remember when my grandfather passed away. I was growing up in Appalachian, and the transistor radio he gave me. I remember after the funeral, and they had the wake where everybody comes over for dinner. You know, the old Irish way of things and stuff like that. And as far as that goes, and are they John Denver? Just look up John. No, he's an artist. He's a singer here in the United States. Z. He's just Google John Denver. He's not with us anymore. He passed away years back, but he has some great music out there from the '60s, and And I can remember after my grandfather's funeral, I had this transistor radio he had given me, and I remember going out for a walk up on the back hill, which is now the Waterman Conservation Center. That used to be our playground. So I walked up there and I'm listening to the radio, and I was listening to. There was a few John Denver songs and stuff like that. So John Denver he's a really good artist. He's not, it's not hard rock and roll. It's not heavy metal. It's not well. It's like in between almost, I guess. It's good music. John Denver is a great musical artist, and we're gonna go see him next week and stuff like that to see with my neighbor who I play chess with every week. He suggested it one this past Wednesday. They're coming in, and I said, "Yeah, let's go to that. Let's go check that out." And it's only $20, so can't beat that. And yes, I like rock and roll is my preferred. Go to Rich Robert mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts, and you'll see. Actually, I'm doing that this Tuesday. I prefer rock and roll. My favorite band is Kansas, and I like the Cars. The Cars are right behind it. I saw both of them in concert. They're a great rock and roll band. I enjoy all types of music. Basically, I'm at that point where I couldn't stand country, but country's gotten a little bit better. I like the country rock as far as that goes. So yes, I do. It's you listen to "Dust in the Wind." You can't beat that song. God, that's all we are, dust in the wind. So we're gonna. We haven't been out in a while as far as seeing something like that, me and the missus. So I think it's going to be a good thing and whatnot. But yesterday was a rainy day. It's sort of wet out there this morning, but the temperature's up. So that's a good thing. The temperature's up, and as far as that goes. And let's see, I forgot to put this on 100 years. So okay, I got it set there. So, but. Turkish rock, if you want. Yeah. I've listened to some of the European and the rock over there. There's a band I listened to. There's a friend of mine, a coworker actually, was over there in Romania, and he listened to this one, and we listened to it at work on YouTube. It was a good. So I'm open to all types of music. So I look at different genres and stuff like that, but. I like rock and roll. It all started with the Beatles here in the United States for me, I guess. I remember my older brother just going nutso over the Beatles. It's just like, wow, this is first time I heard it, it's like, wow, that sounds pretty good. So, and I remember when I first went into the service, I listened to a lot of the Beatles. I love, the Beatles were they're the goat, they're the goat of, well, other than Elvis Presley, I guess. That's for me. Okay. I know everybody else has their own preferences and stuff as far as that goes. So, but let's see. Well, we're getting our day started here. It's starting to get a little sunlight out, but it's cloudy, overcast, and it's still wet out as far as that goes. So let's see. Currently, we have a temperature. Oh, we dropped a degree, but we're still at 41 degrees Fahrenheit as far as our temperature. 40 degrees currently is our temperature, and let's see. I got to put this over on the clocks. That goes on the clocks. So it's 41 degrees, which is it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 4 degrees Celsius. Let's see. There's a song, I can't pronounce that, see, but which was a young Turkish rock band until they disbanded. Okay. 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius as far as our temperature here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York. Where I live is so I don't know. It's I think we got through the rain, and let's see, what's our weather going to be like here? It's supposed to change to nice. Let's see. Oh, I don't know about that. Let's see. Showers early, which we got some rain out there. Then clouds in the afternoon. Areas of patchy fog. Do we have no fog alert? High around 45 degrees Fahrenheit today. winds out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles. There's chance of rain is 60%. So it's just going to stay wet out there. And as far as that goes, and what's the 10-day forecast? It's supposed to get really nice. Okay, so we're just finishing the rain. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be 45 for the high, 58 for the high tomorrow, 55. I thought we were supposed to get in the 70s. Oh, okay, here it comes. Next Monday, 68. Next Tuesday, 73. Next Wednesday, 61. And then we drop to 38 on Thursday, but then we're back up in the 40s. So the temperature's up there, folks. The temperature's up there, and we got 2 more weeks, and then spring is here. 14 more days till springtime, as far as that goes. So we're going to have a cloudy day today. No real rain, I think. So hopefully it dries out everything. Everything dries out as far as that goes, and we'll see what happens. And let's see. Let me put that back on the other one. The sun rose this morning, or will be rising this morning. I wasn't really early this morning. I was 5 minutes of, but it's a Friday, so it's just like, okay, let's see. Is this going to go back? Okay, there it is. Sun will be rising this morning at 6:34, which is in about 24 minutes. It's 06:10 right now, so the sun will be rising here in the southern tier at 06:34 a.m., and it'll be setting at 6:02 p.m. So it's right there, 12 hours a day, nighttime, 12 hours of daylight. So we're definitely heading towards spring there on the time change as far as that goes. So that's a good thing. Let's see. I wanted to do one more thing here as far as that goes. Let's see, what do I got here? How do I? Oh, I go to edit. Let me see something here. No, I don't want to edit. Let's see. What do I do here? Oh, I know what I have to do. Hang on for a minute. Let's see. Okay, got that one. Okay, so let me. Okay, we got that one locked in. Okay. Okay, our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii, at 1:11 a.m. Cloudy skies. Um Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 4:11 a.m. out there in Arizona, clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. I got to make sure I use my bifocals. I can't see the small numbers on the iPad Mini here. Chicago, the Windy City in Illinois, there 5:11 a.m. Raining in Chicago, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. In the concrete jungle of New York City, it's 6:12. It's 6:12 a.m. here in upstate New York, southern tier of upstate New York also. But in the city of New York, New York City, it's cloudy skies, 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Tina in Jersey, Central Jersey, there, she's letting us know it's going to be 40. Oh, you're going to have some good temperatures today. Finally, we're getting out of the cold, Tina. 43 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 for the 43 for the high, 38 degrees Fahrenheit for the low. Cloudy in Central New Jersey as far as that goes. So, and going across the pond to the UK, London, UK. We have cloudy skies in London, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, mangia. It's lunchtime in Milan at 12:13 p.m. 12:13 p.m. Milan, a beautiful city, and it's sunny and clear, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, it's going to be a beautiful day in a beautiful city right there in Milan. Love Milan. Love Northern Italy. Northern Italy is great. Seeing that we have Z here, we had to add something to the weather. In Istanbul, Turkey right now, it's at one. Well, Istanbul is at 1:13. So are you right over the time zone there? I got 1:13 for Istanbul. So I got Istanbul at 1:13 p.m. Sunny and clear, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, maybe you turned your clocks ahead. Or oh, you know what? We have to turn our clocks ahead. That's what it is. See, okay. So you guys turn your clocks back and ahead? Do you turn them back in the fall and turn them ahead in the spring? Yeah, PM in the afternoon. You probably don't do that because you're probably one of the countries that don't do that. So okay, so but we have Istanbul at 2 o'clock and at 2:14 p.m. 57 degrees. I like 12 Celsius. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:14 p.m. Sunny and clear in Kuala Lumpur, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, we don't put the clocks forward. Okay, so that explains why I got one. I'm an hour behind my clock. Okay, so I got to remember you're an hour ahead. So okay, no problem there. Didn't know that. As far as it goes, I didn't know. It's like we have a couple places here in the United States. I think out there in New Mexico, Arizona, there's a section of those states. Let's see, Tokyo, Japan at 8:14 p.m. Cloudy skies, temperatures 54 degrees Fahrenheit. You're welcome, Z. You're welcome. Let's see, down under on the great continent, great country, and great friends and allies to the United States, Australia is in Melbourne at 10:15 p.m. in the late evening. Clear skies, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Sydney, Australia, uh, at 10:15 p.m. Cloudy skies, 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are world times and temperatures as I speak. Okay, let's see what we got going here. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing today. Yesterday, we saw our programs last night. We got one we got to watch tonight. So I might be broadcasting later this afternoon on Lord of the Rings Online, maybe, or else tonight. That'll be my third one, right? Yeah, third time this. That'll be a good start for the month. Let's see. Our thought for the day and quote comes from somebody in the musical. I like his music. He was a Beatle. Coincidentally, I talked about the Beatles here, but he was one of the Beatles, music and activist, and that is John Wilson Lennon. Was an English singer, songwriter, guitarist, political activist. I don't know if he was that much political. He was mostly known for his music for the Beatles and founding member of the Beatles. As a band co-lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist, he achieved global fame. His songwriting partnership with Paul McCartney considered the most successful in history. Lennon was a charismatic leader who initially played in a skiffy band called the Quarrymen, which performed folk, jazz, and blues, and then they went into the music, and they were very influential in the music uh, arena there. But John Lennon, his quote and our thought for today goes as follows: Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Isn't that the truth sometimes? Let me read that again. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. John Lennon. And that's true because you could be making plans and then real life kicks in. You're going to be going on vacation and all of a sudden something else comes up. There's always something. Life, that's what makes life so interesting. But John Lennon's meaning behind that is real life consists of spontaneous, uh, present moments, okay, that occur. When they occur, you got to take care of them. While we are preoccupied with the future goals and expectations or anxieties, we're always thinking ahead and we're planning ahead. That's part of human nature, I guess. It emphasizes embracing the unexpected. You always have to expect the unexpected because it's going to happen to you. That's basically the proverbial shit hitting the fan. That's what it is. But you find joy in the present and accept that planning cannot dictate life's unfolding. Don't let planning and we got to do this or schedules to dictate your life. Okay, you got to be flexible. To be on an even keel. Even keel. Keel is the bottom portion of a ship that keeps the ship straight and when it's sailing. So you got to be on an even keel. You got to be balanced in this life, and that's always a good way. So thank you, John Lennon. God bless. And Godspeed. Thank you for the music. It's still being played today. He's a great musician as far as that goes. Let's see. Our national day. Oh, we don't have. I guess this one. I guess I can do. I have. Oh, wait a minute. We got some up here. Oh, no foodies today, Tina. We have National Employee Appreciation Day. The employees should be appreciated every single day they come in by. That's the way I feel about it. Day of the Dude. No, I don't like that dude bit. National Speech and Debate Education Day. I like making speeches and talking, but I don't like the debate. And Tina says, "Oh no." Yeah. Oh no, there's no foodies. National Spray Tanning Day. Well, that might be a good one for President Trump, I guess, just to make it. I like the President Trump. I'm just jesting. But some people, and they call him the Orange Man. I don't know if he sprays that stuff on him or what, but have at it. We're going to go with this one because it is it is my favorite color. We're going to go National Dress in Blue Day. So I have to wear a blue T-shirt today, which I have. I have a couple of them. Let's see. Hashtag Dress in Blue. In an effort to knock out one of the top cancer causing deaths, National Dress in Blue Day on the first Friday in March encourages everyone to learn about colon or causes of colon cancer and raise awareness by wearing blue. I did not know that. Okay, that is a good one. That is a good one. It's they're making cancer awareness, and I am a cancer survivor. Yeah, that's a good one, Tina. Yeah, okay, that's good. I didn't. I thought it was just dress up in blue, but it has a significance. Make awareness of colon cancer, and I'm a survivor of prostate cancer, and then I had cancer up here. They took out a big chunk out here in my head of cancer, skin cancer. It was on the thing, and that was deep seated as far as that goes. So I'm fully aware. So colon cancer, that's a big one right there. Much like pink ribbon represents those lost to breast cancer, a blue star honors the memory of those who were lost to colon cancer. Um, Continuing the blue theme on Dress in Blue Day awareness efforts provide support throughout fundraising for screening, research, and awareness and education. That's what we need to do for cancer across the board. And so that's a good thing. I'm going to be wearing my dark blue shirt here in recognition of Colon Cancer Awareness Day. So that's a good one. I didn't know that as far as that goes. So that it ends up. It looks like, oh, it's just wear a blue shirt. It has a significance that makes it more meaningful as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Let's see. We have. I did do the audio podcast yesterday for Thursday, and I didn't have anything in my queue, so I went off to a webpage. We talked about what did I talk? Oh, there's this meteorite called the Black Beauty, and they have two ways of examining it now that it can determine that there's like 11% of it is made up of water. What they call them clasts. Clasts are little bits of rock that are embedded in another rock, and through that. It's through you got X-ray and then you got the CT scan, and this one particular CT scan can can detect water or something like that. So this rock that's like 4 billion years old that was ejected from Mars, that was thrown towards Earth and came in as a meteorite, landed here. Now, how do they determine it was from Mars? I don't know. Maybe because of the compositions that they've seen on readings from the rovers and stuff like that. But they put it through the CT scan can go through denser material. So when it does that, it picks up hydrogen, and hydrogen is associated with water. So they're sort of indicating this rock gave the impression that there was a lot of water on Mars at the time. So I use that as my good story that I talked about during the podcast yesterday. This upcoming Tuesday, the 10th, will be a Mixcloud broadcast. So I'll be over there on Mixcloud. As far as that goes, Mixcloud, the channel, let me make sure I got the channel right. Yeah. Mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. So check that out on Tuesday. I'll be posting, I usually do that offline and then post it up on the Mixcloud broadcast as far as that goes. And so how come it says the 24th of February? Was that our last one? Yeah, I guess that was the last week of February. Okay, so it'll be our first one for March, and I present 8 songs as usual, and we'll have fun doing that, playing the hashtag Want to Be Radio DJ as far as that goes. And let's see, what am I missing? We're at 28 minutes, and we're already up to. I guess I'm not really talking that much. I'm just. It just seems like I'm already at the 100 years ago, and it's 28 minutes. Usually, I think it's because I'm talking a lot. Okay. Oh, that tastes good with the honey. Yep, sun's starting to come up now. Yeah, it's cloudy out there. Wow, we got some clouds, but it feels like spring. I think I almost heard a robin yesterday, and Tina says, "Yeah, it's okay. I'm just trying to get away." I think it was, what is it? When we had the broadcast Wednesday, I was fiddling around and I had a pile. I'm moving my junk from here over to here, and it was just in disarray here and stuff. So this was nice over here with this. That's a nice little setting there. I don't have to reach way over here to get my. Oh, let's see. I got to turn this off. This is on. I was listening. We got. Yeah, there's no activity. So let me turn this radio off. We had a lot of traffic outside the house here coming into the village, and we're thinking they might have diverted traffic off of the highway and stuff like that or something. But let's go ahead and go do 100 years ago with Roger Luther as of March 4th. That was this past Wednesday. And let's see, let's get this set up. I got it up here, and we'll give it a look as far as that goes. And full disclosure, I have no affiliation with Fox 40 or any other news agency webpage that we present here on the Friday Morning Coffee. I just present them. I'm a consumer of their web pages, and I take aspects to show their videos or read their articles to give you an idea what it's like here in the southern tier of upstate New York. That sounds a little bit better as far as presenting that and stuff. So let's see here. 100 years ago. This is Roger Luther. He's the historian for Broome County, New York. So let's go ahead and bring this up on the display. And there it is. Go ahead and share it. And we'll bring it up on the board. There she is, the young lady there on Fox 40. And this is from Wednesday night, 100 years ago, as of February 25th, 2026. So that would be, no, that's not right. No. We don't want that one. No. What the hell's going on there? Let me see. We want this one. I picked.
And tonight we take a.
Okay, yeah, I picked the wrong one. I picked the one. We want it March 4th. We already saw that one. So this is, March 4th, this past Wednesday, as far as that goes. All right, let me reset this and bring it back here. So this is 100 years ago as of March 4th, 1926. So this was presented 100 years ago on Fox 40. Again, no association with Fox 40. And let's go ahead and what we got here? What's this? Oh, no, we're not going to do that one. Oh, here we go. We got that right there. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and bring this. We got the volume up. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
And tonight we take a step back in time as Broome County faces a flu epidemic. Broome County historian Roger Luther has that story and more as he takes a look at the news that made headlines on this day in 1926, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, the third death within the last week from the influenza epidemic was reported yesterday. And with 63 new cases today, there are now 118 cases officially recorded in the city. Today, representatives of the State Department of Health arrived in Binghamton to investigate the influenza situation and take measures to halt the spread of the epidemic. Mrs. George W. Johnson has donated $1,000 to the Fund for the Home for Aged Women, raised by Calura Temple at its annual charity ball. And finally, a bear fund has been established at Ross Park. According to park officials, $75 is needed to purchase a new bear to replace Lena, the bear that was found dead in her cave last week. With only $18 now in the fund, a movement has been started to ask the school children of the city to each donate 1 cent to the Ross Park Bear Fund. That was the news, March 4th, 1926.
I was just thinking maybe some of those kids that stole all that money and the bubble gum and the cigarettes and all that we've heard on previous 100 years ago can donate to the fund to for the Ross Park Zoo. Ross Park Zoo, it's a great zoo. I've been there. It's one of the oldest. I think it's like the sixth or seventh oldest zoo in the United States here, and as far as that goes, and so they have a bear fund, and they need $75, which is a lot of money back then because Lenny there, he passed away, you know, and I don't remember going there seeing any any bears when I've gone there. I used to go there the first time. One of my first field trips was going to the Ross Park Zoo, and I don't remember seeing a bear there. They have a lot of animals there. It's a very, very nice zoo, and as far as that goes. So, but I don't remember seeing a bear. But so maybe they didn't collect enough pennies, maybe, or something like that. But then let's say they had the influenza was kicking up again. Last week we heard that they were just starting to see that they had a problem with it, and I guess that was their version of COVID back there because you had representatives of the Department of Health coming to Binghamton, and that's a big thing when the federal government comes to Binghamton, I guess. But the one I want to highlight there, Mrs. George W. Johnson, that was Mr. Fred Johnson's wife. The Johnson family, and they started the EJ Corporation, which ended up being Endicott Johnson Shoes there in Endicott. It's not there anymore, but he was pretty influential and they were very charitable with their money. So that they don't. She donated $1,000 to the Fund for the Home of Aging Women, and that $1,000 that she donated, if she was to donate, that $1,000 worth in today's money is like $18,375. So that's a significant amount of money that she donated. They were always donating. They were always they were being, they were very well off, but they shared it with their employees that they worked at their EJ Shoes and the community, and that's a good thing. So there was. We see very little of that. Well, I don't know. It depends. It doesn't get highlighted enough, I guess. The charitable stuff that goes on as far as that goes. So that was 100 years ago with Roger Luther. Thank you, Roger Luther. We appreciate it. In other history, on this day of March 6th, in 1834, the city of Toronto was incorporated. And in 1957, Israel troops withdraw from the Sinai Peninsula. There was a war between them and Egypt. So, and Israel's been fighting ever since then. Well, they've been fighting long before that, before they were established there. And let's see, 1957, Ghana, Gold Coast, gained its independence from the UK. And then in 1964, Cassius Clay. Do you know who Cassius Clay is? Was given the name Muhammad Ali, meaning beloved of Allah, by Elijah Muhammad, and went on to become one of the most beloved public figures around the world, as far as that goes. And Tina says yes, as far as that goes. She remembers that. And then let's see, it was in 1981. This was a sad day, bittersweet. because growing up, I used to always hear this because my father used to watch them every night after dinner. But it was in 1981, Walter Cronkite signed off after 19 years as the anchor of the CBS Evening News. You know, he used to say, "That's the way it is on this, blah blah blah." He had that ending saying there. Um, let's see, what do we have over here on the AP side? Let's see for history. Walter Cronkite was great. He'd probably be shaking his head, yeah. Um, and Tina says, "Yep, yeah." Hey, Farmer, good morning. Love the flags, my friend. God bless America. Thank you. Rumble rocks. Thank you, Farmer. I hope you're waking up and having a good start to your day there down in Virginia. Let's see. And Tina saying good morning to Farmer from Twitch over to the Rumble side. Let's see, 1820, President John Monroe, which I don't really know that much about John Monroe because it's way back when in the 1800s, signed the Missouri Compromise, which allowed Missouri to join the Union as a slave state and Maine to join as a free state while banning slavery in the northeast portion of the Louisiana Territory. And what they were doing is you get one, because they had the unthinkable thing of slavery here in this country back in the early days, a black mark of the United States. But we've learned from that. Okay, I think we've become a better. Thank God we had Abraham Lincoln and Ulysses S. Grant. But they would have enter a free state, and then they would have a slave state to keep it equal or something like that, which I think was ridiculous. To look back on it, we learned from our history, folks, and that wasn't a very good time back then. It was in 1836, the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas. I've been there in San Antonio. That's where I went to basic training for the Air Force. Fell as Mexican forces led by General Antonin Lopez de Santa Anna stormed the fortress. After 13 days siege, the battle claimed the lives of the Texan defenders, including William Travis, Jim Bowie, and Davy Crockett, all three great Americans in history as far as what they contributed. And Farmer saying hi to Tina. It was in 1912. Here's a good one, Tina. 1912. Oreo cookies were first introduced by the National Biscuit Company, later renamed as Nabisco. So there's a lot of history in that. There's a series on History Channel called The Food That Made America Great, and Nabisco is one of those. Hey, Double J's, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Say good morning, Rich, and good morning to the chat. And Double J's coming in from an undisclosed location there. Good morning, Double J's. And Tina says cool about the Oreo. Yeah, Oreo's been around for a long time. It's a good cookie. I can't eat any. I can't have them that much. And then and Tina saying hi to Double J's as far as that goes. And let's see, what else do we have? We have the thing about Walter Cronkite. In 2009, NASA's Kepler Space Telescope was rocketed into space from Cape Canaveral, Florida, to hunt for Earth-sized planets, exoplanets, orbiting distant stars. The spacecraft discovered 2,681 exoplanets outside the solar system before it ran low on fuel and was retired in 2018. After 9.5 years of looking through space for alien worlds, as far as that goes. So there we have that. And Double J saying hi back to Tina, Twitch to Twitch. And Tina says, my daughter made preoccupied biscuits at Christmas. Preoccupied biscuits. Preoccupied. Oh, with the Oreos. Okay, I gotcha. That's what that part of the recipe is, Oreos. Okay. We what's the thing? Hey, Tim Fan 40 coming in from Michigan. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Glad to have you coming in on the YouTube side. Thank you for being here. There's this thing that when we were out in Kansas, it was called Kansas Dirt Cake, and you would crunch Oreo cookies in this white type stuff for cake and stuff. It was good. They called it Kansas Dirt Cake as far as that goes. And Tim Fan is saying good morning all and good morning to Tina. And yeah, damn spell checker. Yeah, I know what you're saying there, Tina. And Tina's saying good morning to Tim as far as that goes. Over there on the Twitch to YouTube. So as far as that goes, and let's see, we're currently I didn't say it. We have 2 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 2 people on YouTube. Oh, 3 people on YouTube now. Thank you, YouTube. And we got 4 people over on Twitch. And Tina says good morning to me. Yeah, she's in the bathroom right now. I'll say that. I did say she was up early with me, so she's been up. Just before the broadcast, we're talking about what are we going to do today as far as that goes. So I'll let her know, Tina, when she gets out of the bathroom. Yeah. You don't broadcast, announce that, but I do when I whisper. I had some fun with that. What do we got over here? Okay, nothing there. Let's see. Double J says preoccupied biscuits can be the new thing. Never knew. Yeah, I guess you make biscuits. You crunch up some Oreo cookies and stuff like that. Who doesn't like Oreo? The thing about Oreo cookies, there's a lot of sugar in them. There's a lot of sugar. It's as far as you got to be careful and stuff. And Tina's laughing at Double J's there. Who knew? Exactly. Let's see. We're actually we're cruising right along here and stuff. So let's go ahead and do the sports as far as that goes. And let me see here. Oh, you could hear that, couldn't you? Tina said good morning.
Good morning. I've been up so long, I had 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, she had 2 cups of coffee. You finished your 2nd cup already?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, my
I
God.
don't like cold coffee.
She's ready to go today. But Farmer says, yeah, Oreo cookies, diabetes in a box. Yeah, exactly. A lot of sugar. Yeah, you got to be, especially, I'm really, really conscious of the sugar. I used to put like 3 or 4 teaspoons of sugar on my cornflakes. And even if and Wheaties, that was the 2 cereals I ate a lot when I was a kid growing up. To have sugar coated cereal, that was a real treat. Now it's now the unsugared cereals are more expensive than the sugar. They just want to keep you on the sugar and stuff like that. So natural sugar is good for you as far as that good from fruits and stuff like that. That's the better sugar for you. Your system is able to digest that a lot better, I think, and stuff. And I enjoy it. It's more palatable, I guess you could say. Though I do like the honey. The honey is a sugar, which I only take 1 teaspoon. I don't put any more. So it's just that first cup or the last cup of coffee. I usually do this, and it's not all the time and stuff like that. Okay, let's go ahead and do the sports here. Starting on Wednesday, NBA action. Knicks lost to the Thunder by 3 points, 103-100. Damn. Celtics lost to the Hornets, 118-89 in the Boston Gardens. That's another damn, man. What happened to them? Last night, the Brooklyn Nets, they lost to the Heat, 126-110. There's a third one. What's with my teams here? Let's see. That's all that happened today. We're going to see the Celtics are hosting the Mavericks at 7 p.m. tonight, and the Knicks are out there in Denver playing the Nuggets at 9 p.m. this evening. Going into the weekend, none of those teams are playing on a Saturday, but on Sunday, the Celtics are playing the Cavaliers. The Knicks and Lakers will be playing Sunday afternoon at 3:30. That should be a good game. Knicks are hot right now, and The Brooklyn Nets, they are off Sunday, so they're off this weekend. So that's basketball. Let's see what we got here in NHL action for Wednesday night. The New York Islanders lost to the Ducks 5-1, and then last night the Buffalo Sabres beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-1. That's good. Go Buffalo! Yes. Rangers kicked the Maple Leafs butt 6-2 last night. Go Rangers! And let's see, Boston Bruins, they lost to the Predators. I've seen the Boston Bruins. It's the only professional hockey team I've seen play several times. New York Islanders, they lost to the Kings 5-3 last night. Playing tonight, we have none of those teams playing. Yeah, none of those teams are taking Friday off, but tomorrow the Bruins are playing the Capitals, Rangers in Denver. Bruins and Capitals at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Rangers and Devils at 3 p.m. Buffalo Sabres playing the Predators tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. And New York Islanders playing the Sharks at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. And on Sunday, Bruins and Penguins at 4:30 Sunday afternoon. Sabres and Lightning at 6 p.m. Sunday. And that's it going into the weekend. We have spring training going on. In the spring training, we have I'm primarily looking at the Yankees and Mets. Those are the two New York teams. We actually have some teams that play in New York State, unlike the Jets and the Giants for football. Let's see. The New York Yankees on Wednesday, they kicked the Boston Red Sox ass. I like that. 4-0. Go Yankees. It's spring training, though. It's spring training. So last night, let's see, we had the Yankees. Oh, they lost to the I got to be careful what I said. The Yankees got their butts handed to them yesterday by the Minnesota Twins, 15-0. Was Judge off that day or something? New York Mets, they lost to the Nationals yesterday, 7-4. And as we go into today, we're going to have, let's see, the Mets and Yankees playing at all? Oh, Yankees will be playing the Tampa Bay Rays at 6:35, and the New York Mets will be playing the Marlins at 7:10. As far as that goes, and let's see. Deplorable says, "Good, hey, Deplorable, coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Deplorable. Love the flags. God bless America. Rumble rocks. Yes, sir. How we doing? Glad to have you here. We're just going over the box scores here and stuff. Okay, let's see. We're glad to have you here. Hope you're all doing good as we're getting ready to start the weekend. And Tina's saying good morning to Deplorable from Twitch to Rumble. Thank you very much, Tina. And let's see our box scores for this weekend. Yeah, the Mets and Cardinals will be playing tomorrow at 1:05. I don't think the Yankees are playing, are they? Let's see. This print is so small. Yeah, Yankees are off. Yankees are off tomorrow. And Farmer saying good morning to Deplorable with the flags. Love the flags. Love the Rumble, the American flag on Rumble. Love that. Thank you. Thank you, Deplorable. Or thank you also, Farmer, our two Rumble representatives. Rumble rocks. I like Rumble. Let's see. Just to finish out baseball for Sunday. And Deplorable saying good morning, Tina and Farmer, and good morning to the missus. And she says good morning to you also. Deplorable says good morning from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Oh, good morning.
There we go. I get a response from her. Let's see. Sunday. Let's see. The Yankees playing or Mets? Yankees are playing. Oh, this is the game I got to watch. The Yankees and Mets are playing Sunday at 1:07. That's going to be a good one. I got to watch that one. If I watch a spring training game. That's a game I watch. See, and I'll be rooting for the Yankees, but if the Mets win, that'll be okay. So that's it for Sunday. That's right. I forgot that. And let's see. What's this? Okay, we don't want that one. We'll move that over here. This month, there's going to be NFL football is all done. Okay, I made this announcement yesterday on the Fireman Rich audio podcast. NFL football is all done. They're going through the combine. They're going to go through the draft, but for all intents and purposes, it's done. But probably at starting at the end of this month, we're going to have some actual American football again, and that's the UFL. Yes, there is another football league. It's the United Football League, which is a professional American football spring league in the United States. Here, the league was created with the merging of the XFL and the United States Football League, and it starts playing. They started back in 2024, so they're going for another season here. And the first games, and I think they're preseason games. Let me check. Or no, the first games start. Week 1 starts March. The weekend of March. Yeah, the end of the last weekend of this month. March 27th is opening up the UFL, United Football League. And my team is the St. Louis Battlehawks. I said Guardians. The St. Louis Battlehawks is the team I root for. And they're going to be playing March 28th. So I'll be given the scores. I used to do a show called Let's Talk Football, and I would I talk about the UFL and stuff like that. I'll just be giving the scores here and talking about it here as far as that goes. And let's see, Diggs got released. Maybe he will. I don't think Buffalo wants him, to be honest with you, Deplorable. Did he get released? It doesn't surprise me. He's got some law action against him, I guess, to say it mildly. I guess he's being. I don't know the particulars, but that doesn't surprise me. I think he was probably good a few years back. He got a little bold and brash with the Buffalo Bills a little bit too much. I think that's why he was released. He went to Texas. He went to and after that he went to New England. I think that was his last hit parade. He made it to the Super Bowl, but he didn't win. This upcoming year, hopefully the Buffalo Bills will win a Super Bowl in that new stadium that costs an arm and a leg. So we'll see. Yeah, Diggs. See that I didn't even know that. That's how much I'm following the NFL right now. So, but thanks for that report on that. But I don't think he's going to Buffalo. He'd be lucky if he gets picked up by Cleveland or Las Vegas, as far as those two teams. Finagle his way. He probably wants too much. He thinks he's a hot item, and he's not. He's past his prime. Some of these players got to realize, you're not. He didn't contribute at all in that Super Bowl game. He may have one spectacular catch, and it's like, oh, the whole game is determined on that one catch. No, he's not a team player, from what I see. I think he did a lot better up in with New England, because when I watched New England, he would be on the sideline inspiring the players and stuff like that. So, okay, so hot items get traded, not released. Oh, yeah, you're right. So he's past that as far as his that's a good statement right there, Deplorable. That is hot items get traded, not because the other team that trades them, the team that's trading for them, they want them, but the team, they want something else. So that's, if you're being released, nobody wants you. I like that. I like that. That's a good one right there. Good football statement there. Let's see. As far as other football, there is another football, and that's the soccer type that's over there in Europe. But I watched the Premier League, and I'm a fan of Manchester City Football Club, as you all know. They ended up tying yesterday, or no, this past Wednesday, with Nottingham Forest 2-2. So they actually fell behind Arsenal by another 2 points. Or no, 3 points. They're 7 points. They were 4 points behind. 4 or 5 points, I think. No, they were 5 points behind, I think. Now they're 7 points behind. They're still sitting second, but coming up from behind there, Manchester United, which is the other Manchester City soccer team, they're 9 points behind. They're in third place right now. So, and they play, when do they play? They play, Manchester City plays tomorrow in the FA Cup, the 5th round against Newcastle, tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Where's that going to be played? Where are they broadcasting that? Oh, it's on ESPN tomorrow. The soccer game. Manchester City against Newcastle in the and this is all in preparation, I think, for the we're going to have the World Cup here, so we'll be having some World Cup. We'll have to have this year all through starting. When's the World Cup start? Let's see. When does the World Cup start? Start of the World Cup soccer. World Cup. Soccer. Let's see. Oh, they got the matches. Oh, it doesn't start. It looks like it doesn't start until June. June 11th is the first. The first game will be June 11th at 3 p.m. between Mexico and South Africa. U.S. plays Paraguay the next day on June 12th at 9 p.m. So that's going to be interesting. So we'll have those scores as far we'll follow those as far as that goes. And let's see. I think that's it on the. Let's see. Yep, that's it for sports. And let's see, what do we got for time here? And we're right at 1 hour. So Tina, I know you're going to go. It's coming up. It's 4 minutes. It's top of the hour. So we got our first hour in here, which is good. And I'm just about out of coffee. And the missus is ahead of me. She had 2 cups. I've only had 1 cup here. Okay, Tina, we'll see you later. Ciao for now. Have a good weekend. We'll be talking with you. The best to your daughter there in Rocco. And Tina's saying bye. How much? She heads over to see Hal Massa, who broadcasts. So, but we're at 1 hour. We're going to go ahead and thank you, Tina. We're going to go ahead and take a break so I can get some more coffee. Catch up with the missus. She already had 2 cups already. Yeah, Farmer. Time to refill that coffee. Exactly. That's what we're going to do here. And we'll be right back. And we'll go into the news. And then we're going to go to the Commodore. We're going to do some Commodore today. We have time to do. We're not in no hurry today. It's the weekend for me already started. I'm sorry for those folks that got to work. But once you work, the weekend's here for you. But the weekend's here. So I just I'll get a little kickback, more relaxed as far as that goes. So, and let's see, the missus is going to run circles around you. Yeah, she always runs circles around me. God. It's like, I'm a lazy ass. I'll admit it. And she'll agree. I'm my worst critic, I guess, as far as that goes. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and just take a little break. We will be right back. So hang loose, and we'll be back in a couple minutes here. So let's just run. Let's see. We're going to run Bubblegum Ball Game. Stand by. we're back here on the Friday morning coffee for 03.06.2026. Current time is 0706. A lot of sixes there. Here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, broadcasting out to locals. We got 3 on Rumble, 1 on locals, 1 on YouTube, and 2 on Twitch, broadcasting out to those platforms using Rumble Studios, and we appreciate it. Rumble rocks as always, and I do like using it. It's been a great platform for me, man. I love it. It's easy peasy, and I can use OBS with it, which is another great thing as far as that goes. I love using OBS. I think I finally got it to the point where I've always had a fascination with OBS, and it's some growing pains. But I got my second cup of coffee here for this hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSDD, and my second cup here, so I got to catch up with the missus. And it looks like, yeah, it's wet out there. It's not raining, but it's damp out there. It's damp. The sun is out, and as far as that goes, and just looking, it's like, man, this is a shadow right here. Excuse me. That's where I had the operation, was right up in here. You can see there's a scar right up here that goes right up here. They opened me up, and I wasn't put under. It was local anesthesia and stuff. I'm sitting there, and they're digging in my skull, getting all the nasty cancer out and stuff like that. So we're at the end of the weekend. Really relaxed here as far as that. It's been a good week, I think, fairly well. Weather-wise, it's definitely swinging towards spring. I think I heard a robin yesterday, and that's a sign of spring. And as far as that goes, so I'll be outside a couple times today just to see. I guess I'll be checking to see for the robins. The robins, that's the next tall tale. When you see a robin here, it is springtime, folks. It is springtime. As far as they don't come up here from their winter journey until the weather's somewhat nice. Oh, sometimes they miss it. We'll get a snowstorm, and you'll see a robin bopping around out there in the white snow, and it's like, it doesn't look normal. It doesn't look normal as far as that goes. Let's see. There was an accident out here on Route 17, and how can I can't bring it up, but let me see. She said it was on WBNG. Let me see. Was it on WBNG?
Yes.
Okay, WBNG. They had a car or a tractor trailer that turned over. They have any footage?
Out.
No footage. Okay. Okay, so no footage. Okay, but there was an accident out here. I guess that overturned tractor trailer on Route 86, which used to be 17 and stuff. So let me see something. I can do this. Let's see. I can put that down like that. Hang on for a minute. I know how we can do it. Let's see. We can. Okay, here I've got the. Hang on for a minute, folks. I got it right here. Cancel on that. We got 4. We'll get the particulars because I have this app on the tablet. It's and I'm not seeing anything there. I don't know if this caught up yet and stuff, but let's see what we got here. And oh, yeah, we do. Tractor trailer hits car on Route 17 near Tioga Downs. So that was near Tioga Downs. That's usually where they have the accidents.
It was before Tioga Downs, though.
Oh, was it?
Well, yeah, you get off at 63 on
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is the call out as far as that goes. Let's listen to it. Oh, hang on for a minute. Let me turn this up. Let me turn this up first. Okay. You gonna hear it? Okay, hang on. I got the audio up now. Okay, here we go.
Westbound, just before Kirby Park on the highway.
Just before Kirby Park.
I can't answer the phone. For one, I am unable to answer the phone. 911 call, Steers 17 westbound, Tioga Downs, for the MVCPD.
What's that?
People just don't know how to drive.
3C41, your status location.
There's another accident up by Tioga Downs now.
Oh, is there?
Tioga 3C41, your status location.
This is the Tioga County Dispatch.
It's going to be westbound on 17 prior to the Dandy. I just got pulled over by a passerby heavy en route.
3C41 en route at 156.
So this is evidently 1:56 in the morning. So they've had the road blocked out there.
I'll be backing 4-1 on that. All points towards the WCPDs after. Be advised, a tractor trailer just hit his car. There is another accident, same area.
Multiple accidents. Might be because of the fog.
4-1 to 3-8, start this way. We're already pointing that way.
Completely off the road into the trees. My mail is still on the highway. Tioga Center Squad, amen. Tioga Fire Control, squad monitors, Tioga Center, squad monitors, AMA to Nichols. You're responding Steers 17 westbound, Tioga Downs, prior to the Dandy, 17 westbound, for the MVCPD. Caller stating there is a tractor trailer struck the vehicle, center of the roadway. Tioga Fire Control, 12, Nichols, Fire Squad monitors, Tioga Center, squad monitors, AMA to Nichols. You were responding Steers 17 westbound, Tioga Downs, just prior to the Dandy, to the MVCPD. Vehicle in the middle of the roadway, struck by a tractor trailer. No injuries
It
reported.
started at 1:56.
Well, it's a fuel spill.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
another tractor trailer struck a car.
oh my God, on 17?
Yeah, it's the one they're calling in now.
No, this is one of.
Tractor trailer struck a car, I think it said.
Where did you see the second one? You saw.
Up here. It's on the scanner now.
No, I turned the scanner off.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I was just playing this for the broadcast here.
Oh, I thought it was another accident.
No. This is the original one here. It's no. I'm sorry. I should have told you there.
Like another one?
Yeah, but this happened 5 hours ago. It's a fuel vehicle, so it's a hazmat, so they got to cordon off the area and stuff like that. So they're still mitigating it as far as that goes. So I'm sorry. You're thinking the second one. I'm sorry. But that happened at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, with a fuel spill,
So I'm just curious on how much fuel it, and that's why usually it takes a couple hours before it gets on the. Here in Tioga County, the local the missus was watching the local news, and they don't really report a lot that happens out here in Tioga County, as far as that goes. I'm trying to plug it. What's that?
Still a lot of traffic out there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm using the wrong. I got the wrong plug. Actually, that's the one for the phone. Okay, there we go. Got that one, and this one is for the phone. I should plug in my phone. It's down to 78. So let me go ahead and plug that in there too. Okay, we got that. So that's the incident we got going here, real time. I thought I heard a helicopter, but they said no injuries. So we'll probably follow up. They'll probably have something on the news. We'll follow up on it on Wednesday or Monday. Monday. Do you have any footage? No. Okay, we got good audio. That's a tablet back in place here. Okay, let's go ahead and drop this. We're going to go ahead and look at some of the local news items here from, like I said, Fox 40, WEBO here in Owego, WNBF out of Binghamton News. It's a radio station. Channel 12 News out of Johnson City. Whale out of Binghamton. Channel 5 NBC. WIVT out of Binghamton. WENY is out of Elmira, to the west of us. Channel 18, WETM in Elmira as well. And the Penny Saver, you're looking at that. Oh, they got an article we might be reading on there. What's this article about? Federal action threatens New York farms and food production. Oh, that's not good. We got WKGB. Oh, there's a potato chip recall. Maybe we'll read that one over. Undeclared deadly ingredients. Ooh, we'll have to read that one. I like potato chips. We gotta make sure we don't buy those. But that's on 92.5 KGB, and we have KISS 104.1, which is sister station of WAAL, the Whale, and WNBF. Spectrum News. We'll take a look at them, their page, and then up there in Buffalo, we got two web pages: 106.5 Country, WYRK, and their sister channel WBLK 93.7 to check their web pages, as well as WGR 550 Sports Radio 107.7 FM, 104.7 FM, also up there in Buffalo, and also 1440 News. Let's see. Let's get the brief, the daily brief there. There anything up there? Study paved the way forward for the lunar archive. Oh, that might be an interesting. Moonbeams. We have moonbeams. We'll have to look at that one too. But all these news web pages that I just cited, I have no affiliation with, or I don't work for them or anything like that. I'm just a consumer of their articles, and I present articles here to give you an idea of what's going on here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. So we're going to go back on Fox 40 here. Do we got anything on there? There's a big parade getting ready. This is going to be on Fox here. Binghamton prepares for the 50th. Okay, hang on there, young lady. We'll get to you. Binghamton is preparing for the 58th annual St. Patrick's Day parade that's going to happen this Saturday. They usually do it before St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is until the 17th, but they're getting ready for it. I think they always do it the first weekend for some reason, but it's the 58th, and we're going to go ahead and show you this one on Fox 40 to start us off. As soon as I get rid of it, I thought I got rid of that. There we go. And let's go ahead and hit the present. There she is again. And go over to the webpage and see what she has to say about the St. Patrick's Day preparations.
Binghamton Mayor Jared Graham announcing the details regarding the 58th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, which returns to downtown Binghamton this Saturday. The parade kicks off at 1:30 Saturday at the corner of Court and Fayette Streets before heading west through downtown Binghamton. Thousands are expected to line up for the streets for the annual tradition, which marks the start of St. Patrick's Day season in the city. Several pipe and marching bands are taking part in the parade along with community groups and local leaders. With warmer weather expected, larger crowds are anticipated. Mayor Graham says public safety will be a major priority throughout the day.
I want to encourage folks that are coming to the parade to use rideshare like Uber and Lyft to get downtown. It makes it easier. You don't have to worry about parking. Look at using public transit if you can, and really focus on public safety. That will be a key focus this year with the probably a little bit bigger crowds we'll have with the better weather. The Binghamton Police will be supported by other law enforcement agencies, again, to make sure that everyone's safe, make sure that traffic is safe, and get people where they need to go.
Okay, so that's tomorrow. So they should have, me and the missus were talking about this yesterday, I guess. It seems like they always have crappy weather because they always have it the first weekend of March, and St. Patrick's Day isn't until the 17th. But this is an event that's been going on for 58 years. And St. Patrick's Day, I'll be having hopefully corned beef, cabbage, and potatoes on St. Patrick's Day and stuff. I do have my ancestry goes back to Ireland, but also to the UK as far as that goes and stuff. But I am an American. Okay, Big Juice, good morning. Coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio. How you doing on the Twitch? How you doing, Steve? Thank you for being here. We're on our second hour here. We're going into the news thing. So let's see. What else do we got on Fox 40? And let's see for news. That's a big one for the area here. You see my green card. I'm not going to make a comment on that. That's a good one. I don't have a green card. I have a blue card. That's my Air Force retirement card, ID card. Let's see. Let's see what else we got on Fox here. Anything? And I am not seeing anything. So, okay, so that's it for Fox here. What's this? One of your vision. Okay, let's go to WEBO, see if there's anything on WEBO. And it's pretty wet out there, but WEBO is reporting. This is a radio station here in Owego, New York, and we have a burn ban, and it hasn't started yet. It hasn't started yet, but there's a burn ban which for New York State, and as wet as it is out there, it's as you can see in the title, it's not till March 16th. But New York State's annual spring burn ban will go into effect later this month. The burn ban will run from March 16th to May 14th, and that's when it gets pretty dry. It's starting, unless we get a lot of rain, which we are. It's pretty wet and soggy out there right now. During that time, it is illegal to burn brush during an increased risk of wildfires. Small backyard fires, cooking fires, and campfires are still allowed. So the missus you can still burn then, right?
I can still burn, but
Yeah. The missus likes going out burning some twigs and stuff in her burn pit there, while New York State burn ban is in place. So that's coming off of EBO, and you can see they have a whole bunch of other channels. I listen to that 95.3 TTC, the Bridge. That's a good rock band, classic rock and stuff. WEBO is their flagship though for the Radigan Media Group, which I have no affiliation with either. I've met and talked to Mr. Radigan. He's calling as far as that goes. And Big Juice says, "Oh, she starts fireworks. You put them down." No, they're in a burn. She has a the one of those fire pit things for campfire. We go out there and toast marshmallows. And she also has a bucket of water out there. So
I totally put the bucket. I have it all, the water all over, dump it all over.
Yeah.
And it's so
Yeah,
cool.
she makes
I
it's
can
complete.
pick
She
up the ashes in the bucket.
yeah, she takes the ashes and she dumps them to a separate location to where there's nothing what. Yeah, she doesn't want to burn the neighborhood down. No, that's not going to happen. She has a lot of trees to burn down. So that's on WEBO. That's and let's see, Skate Estate. Yeah, we talked about that. That's closing. So okay, so that's WEBO. Let's see, WNBF. Let's see what. Let's see, do they have anything? No, there's nothing there on WEBO. Let's see. Let's see, Bob Joseph. He has an article with. He does some pretty good reporting and stuff like that. What do we got here? Let's see. No, nothing. So you heard that? You thought it was the scanner.
I did. I'm thinking, there's another one.
Let's see. Oh, does he have a follow up on this? This is in Binghamton University. Let me check this article out here. Let's see.
Driving on the highway, I guess, with all these tractor trailers.
I don't see it. There's nothing here as far as that goes. So there's nothing on WNBF. Let's go to channel 12. And just to give you an idea what the current weather outlook is looking at right now. Here's our local weather right now. We can see we got a lot of rain on the Doppler there to the north. I'm right there on the in Tioga County, down towards just a couple miles up from the New York, Pennsylvania line there, right up there in the middle. Well, actually, the rain's coming right across the middle, so that's why we get some wet weather going on there. So that's what we currently have. I'm just looking at the webpage for WBNG. And what do they have for articles? Anything here? Oh, they got another one on the parade. Let's go ahead and look at that one for the parade. As far as that goes, just hang. Oh, we gotta wait. They got the commercials now. They're getting the commercials going here on the WBNG. And let's see. Big Juice says, oh yeah. She burns and then she makes sure it's out. She has a bucket of water out there. It's all safe and safe. And let's see. Big Juice says French toast time. Let's go. French toast, yeah. French toast time. There we go. Let's see. What do we got? We're going to skip that ad. Okay. Here it is. Here's the article here. We'll bring this up here. Just hang on for just a minute. Let me bring up the volume. Crank up the volume. No, we don't want that. We want the volume. There we go. Let me bring this up. We've got some more information concerning the parade on Channel 12, WBNG, and the 58th parade as far as that goes. And let's see, we don't want the concurrent thing there. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Are you ready to wear green and hear the bagpipes? This Saturday is parade day in downtown Binghamton. Mayor Jared Cram and parade officials shared the details of the parade today and even teased some of the guests that'll be there.
This year, the New York State Girls Wrestling Championship champions from Section 4, I believe they won last Thursday. Somebody called. We got them on the parade. And 4 young ladies from this area will be marching in the parade this year.
The 2026 parade in downtown Binghamton is scheduled to step off at 1:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, March 7th.
I don't know if you've heard.
Okay, the timer right there. No, I'm not going to be in the parade there, Big Juice. No. I don't do the parades. I used to march in parades years back when I was in the volunteer fire department before going to the Air Force at Vales Gate, New York, downstate. We used to mustered out like close to 35 to 45 guys to march. We're always in the top, and we've won quite a few as far as marching and stuff. We're all spiffed up in our dress black uniforms with the dress cap there for the fire department, the standard uniform stuff. But no, I don't do the fireman stuff. I just stand back in the crowd there and observe as far as that goes. Let's see what else we have on WBNG. We have. That's about it for there. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so that's it for WBNG. Let's see, on the Whale, they got the same channel, same thing. Guns N' Roses World Tour. Okay, I guess Guns N' Roses looks like they're going on tour according to the Whale's web pages. Yeah.
I thought they split up or something.
Well, they broke up, didn't they?
I thought so.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses have quickly extended their 2026 World Tour, which also includes the first North American dates in nearly 3 years. The tour kicked off last month in Mexico, and they got dates following South America, Europe, and they're going to be going to Florida as far as that goes. So they're still playing. So that's interesting. Okay. I like Guns N' Roses. Let's see. Channel 5 NBC alert. Let's see. Do they have we got another article on the we got another video concerning the parade. And let's see, we got a winter weather advisory. That's other counties. That's not our county. Let's go ahead and bring this one up here on the this is old Channel 34. I guess they're known as Channel 5 now, NBC in Binghamton, talking about. So the big news, I guess this is the third video from the local news here, that I have no affiliation with any of these web pages that there it is. It's already up. Okay. So this is concerning about the 58th annual St. Patrick's Day parade tomorrow, as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and, it's a big deal.
One of the biggest events of the year in Binghamton is just 2 days away, Parade Day. A news conference was hosted today by Mayor Jared Cram to announce the details of the 58th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Ancient Order of Hibernians are organizing Saturday's parade. It will begin at 1:30 and is a mile long, starting from St. Mary's Church on Court Street and ending at the corner of Main and Edwards Streets. 4 bagpipe bands will be performing, along with some Irish dance groups. As well, many local organizations and businesses will be walking in the parade. Parade Committee President Tom Kelly says he's excited that the weather seems to be warming up just in time for the big day.
In one word, fantastic. Looks like it's going to be about 60. I picked the best weather forecast I can find. Looks like it's going to be about 60-ish. And the paper today said 60-ish and just cloudy. Some of the other ones say something.
Mahalko. He says the New York State girls wrestling champions of Section 4 will also be honored. Following the parade, a post-parade party will be held at Seton Catholic.
Okay, so we got several pipe bands there. That's good. I think he said, 4? And so this is a big deal tomorrow as far as that goes. They're going to have some good weather. Usually the weather's always crappy. It's sort of like what today is. It might dry out a little bit and stuff like that. So that's always good. It's a good parade. It's a mile long as far as that goes. And no, I don't need a weekend job, Big Juice. No, I don't think so. No, not a chance. I'll pass on that one. Thank you very much. No, I don't. The days of door-to-door salespeople, no, that's not going to happen. They come to my door. I tell them to get the F off my property. I don't want anything. I want to put a big sign up. We don't get peddlers. That's a thing of the past. When you get somebody knocking on your front porch door the front door there, and they're selling something, that's old. That's ancient. That's obsolete. I just say, do you guys know what Amazon is? Do you know the internet? You guys go. Have a good day. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, because you tell them to leave, and if they still stand there, you tell them after 2 times or 3 times. You call the sheriffs. It's you tell them to leave. They don't have any right on your property. So I'm serious about that. I had some people up there that said, "Well, we need to talk." No, you don't. I don't need to say anything to you. You need to get off my property, or else I'll call the county sheriffs, and they're going to haul your ass in jail. And they know I'm serious and stuff like that. I don't like salespeople that come to the door to door salesman. That's obsolete nowadays. I said, you guys are a dinosaur. Why are you still doing this? The reason they could do it, they look at older people and they con out older people, like the what's that vacuum, the Kirby vacuum people. Oh my God. I wasn't watching. The missus let them in, and they were here for almost 2 hours waiting for us to buy. I said, get the F out of here now. We don't want it. You gave your presentation. And I said, well, I said, get out. You don't let them in your house. It's ridiculous. In this day and age, nah. I'm serious about that because I have some incidents from my neighbors concerning this. Okay, so that's why I'm being a little serious, Big Juice. I don't joke about that because it is. I could see where you're coming from. Where the funny part, but to me, and my house is over 100 years old. Okay, so it looks like, oh, there's an older family. So when they see me, a big, tall, 6 feet 5 inches tall guy stand there, they're looking up as like, uh-oh, this isn't, they have it. You should see their look just changes when I come to the door. And when I tell them, there was one time they were trying to sell this alternate energy and stuff like that. And I had to tell them the third time, I said, you either get the F off my property right now, or I'm calling the police. I don't have. They made it like they were a strong salesperson. I said, I don't care about your salesperson, your sales bullshit. Get off my property. I don't deal with door to door salespeople. I was real polite in the beginning, but they were persistent. That's when you get nasty with them. You tell them, and he complied. Yeah, I said, get out now, and they, believe me, you don't want to see the bad side of me, because I'll scare you with my voice. And it will give you an impression. I never lay hands on anybody. No hands. Because the minute you touch them, they got a lawsuit because you're outside the house. If you ever got a burglar and he's right outside, and let's say you accidentally take him out with a weapon, you want to drag him inside, supposedly, I guess. But no, I don't. And we get one maybe once every. We had one, I think, last year, the end of last year, and that was a persistent one. And it was the third time I told him. I used the F word. I said, you get the F off. I don't have to answer to you, so get the F off my property. He pissed me off. He says, don't, your property is your castle and stuff like that. You don't, and I cherish that right as far as a property owner. As far as that goes, it's like, don't tread on me, I guess, is the saying. Okay, let's see. So that's on. Do we have anything else on channel 34? Oh, what's this? And let's see. Nothing there. Let's see. Let's go to WENY out there in Elmira, which they haven't really had anything lately on their webpage. I don't really like their webpage as far as that goes. And let's see. We got some commentary. Farmer says, yeah, years ago, my daughter let a salesman in the house. She was 15 at the time. Her 20-year-old U.S. Marine Corps brother was home on leave, and when the salesman saw him, he suddenly had nothing to sell. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Farmer. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just like, and let's see. Big Juice says, I don't blame you, Rich. We were at Universal Studios, and those damn sellers try to get us. Just keep walking. Yeah, they do, don't they? It's just, I'm just here. I'm trying to enjoy my vacation. I'm not buying anything. They're worse than. Remember, they don't do it now because cars are so expensive. But I can remember going in for a car. The guy's right there with me. It wasn't until I got to a dealership that they sat back a little bit. That sales. Well, you go into a department store, into the electronics years back. Oh, you got 3 people coming at you because they work on commission and stuff like that. So, let's see. Nothing on WENY. I'm not seeing anything. What's that? Okay, that's a 250-year-old whiskey. And no, I'm not seeing anything there. Let's see. Channel 18. Anything on Channel 18? No. And I'm not seeing anything over there on Channel 18. So it's a miss here. Penny Saver, yeah, we're not going to. Federal action taken. I'm not going to do that. Federal action. How long is that? That's a long ass article too. It's sort of boring. Yeah, it's a long article. KGB. Let's talk about the potato chips. Let's look at the potato chips as far as that goes. Let's look at this one. Let me bring it up. This is on 92.5 KGB. This radio station is 100 years old. It's a rock station. It's a good radio station. And potato chips. Let's see what's going on with the potato chips. Frito-Lay has voluntarily recalled select 8-ounce bags of Miss Vicky's Spice Dill Pickle potato chips. Okay, make a note. I'm not buying those. Actually, we get the kettle corn, or we get the kettle potato chips. After discovering that some bags may contain jalapeno flavored chips, which include milk as an ingredient, posing a potential life-threatening risk to people with dairy allergies. Okay, you're putting it in a different bag that not even indicated that. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, the recall was announced by Frito-Lay this past Tuesday, March 3rd, and posted by the agency on Wednesday, March 4th. The affected chips were distributed to grocery store, convenience stores, drugstores, and online retailers in 6 states: Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. So there's none in New York State. Distributors may have started as early as Wednesday. The FDA warns that consuming the affected product could put allergy sufferers at risk of a serious life-threatening allergy reaction. The chips are considered safe for people without dairy allergies. Yeah, but they made a mistake, so they're pulling those back off the. So if you eat those type of potato chips, be careful. If you, let's see. And let's see. Big Juice says, "Yeah, kettle corn rocks." My son, yeah, I love kettle corn, but they have the potato chips that are kettle. I can't remember. They have like I can't think of the potato chips that we have, and I had some of them yesterday. They were like a kettle potato chip. Okay, that was on WKGB Kiss 105. Same as. Oh, did you hear about Britney Spears? Britney Spears is in the news, and it's not good. This is off of Kiss 104. I'm not going to bring the page up, but it's off of Kiss 104.1. I'm reading. Britney Spears was caught recently with a DUI arrest, signaling that the moment could mark the start of a meaningful change of her life. How many times has she been caught drunk? The pop star was arrested Wednesday night in Southern California, later released from jail, hopefully after she sobered up, according to the Ventura County Sheriff's Department. Jail records show Spears was arrested by California Highway Patrol at 9:28 p.m. local time and booked into local jail 3:02 a.m. So she had to wait a long while. While the inmate record does not list a charge, TMZ reports that the arrest stemmed from an alleged driving under the influence. Okay. So she needs to get her act together. She was a great act as far as I liked her when she, this is during the Michael Jackson era and stuff. She had some good songs, I think. Don't you? As far as that goes. Big Juice says, yeah, another DUI. She'll pay a big fine, then go back home to her dad. Yeah, that's usually. Hopefully, I don't know. She's getting too old for that shit. It's a shame. She was a great talent when she was singing and stuff like that. As far as that goes. Oh, let's see. Spectrum News. Let's check Spectrum News. Anything on Spectrum News? No, nothing's popping out on Spectrum News there. Let's see. Buffalo Bills. I do see in the headline. Buffalo Bills to acquire wide receiver DJ Moore from Chicago Bears. Oh, that's interesting. They need some receivers. They need to get some. Let's see. Can confirm Bills are trading for wide receiver DJ Moore per league sources. Compensation to the Bills is expected to be the 2026 second round draft choice with the fifth round in the 2006 back to Buffalo. Deal cannot be finalized until the start of the new league year, March 11th. So they're making their and let's see, DJ Moore played with the Panthers under OC Joe Brady in 2020-21 before Brady was fired later in the he racks up. He's got 2020. He had 66 receptions for 1,193 yards and 4 TDs, and then 2021 he had 93 receptions for 11,000 yards and 4 TDs. So he might be a good 20-year-old. Had 244 receptions, 3,000 yards, and 20 touchdowns across the 3 seasons. So that's not bad. That could be a plus for Buffalo. Big Juice says, "Oh, Rich, look up the Cleveland Browns stadium. They just began construction. It will open 2029. So it's just a construction site right now. So I've seen the construction site of a new stadium with Buffaloes. Have you checked out Buffalo Bills' new stadium? It's looking nice. They actually had some team members tour it. I guess they had to wear the hard hat even going out into the field because it's still a construction site. So that's good that Cleveland's getting a new. Hopefully the team gets better because of that. I like Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are a good team. I'm not sure about their quarterback right now. That's Sanders. Is it Sanders' kid that's playing for? Let's see, 106.5 up there in Buffalo. We have nothing going on there. They're talking about the Buffalo Sabres make moves ahead of NHL trade deadline. So there's some trading going on in the NHL. Is Dion Dawkins of the Buffalo Bills challenging Logan Paul? I don't know what that's about. So there's nothing really going on. And let's see. Let's check 93.7 WBLK. There anything? No, same articles. There's nothing there. WGR 550. They're talking about Sabres acquired defensive Stanley Sheehan from Jets on the hockey. It's all hockey. And they've got a report on here that Bills finalized deal to acquire wide receiver DJ Moore. So that's coming out of Buffalo. On 1440 News, here's one. Chickpeas. Let's see, this is called moonbeans, but chickpeas may be able to grow on the moon. Texas scientists revealed in Scientific Reports study yesterday. The study paved the way for future research on lunar agriculture and may have implications for astronauts' ability to spend longer stretches on the moon. In 2022, researchers demonstrated plants could grow in lunar soil. Wow, that's interesting. Using samples from the Apollo 11, 12, and 17 missions that date back from 1969 to 1972, because we brought back samples, rock samples, maybe some dirt and stuff. However, the plants, a relative of mustard green show signs of stress and absorbing high levels of heavy metals. This time, biologists conducted a similar experiment using materials from Earth simulating to mimic lunar soil. They ducked chickpeas with powder something. They put some stuff on the plant there, helping the plant's roots spread out and reduce absorption of iron, aluminum, zinc, and copper. Some soil samples were also treated with fertilizer from red wingworms. In each case, chickpeas treated with fungi powder live 2 weeks longer than more than average. So they're doing some interesting stuff there. Some very interesting stuff as far as that goes. So and Big Juice asking a question. Okay, and do you really think dinosaurs were real? Yeah, we got bones to prove it. If you got the bones of an animal, it existed. Have you ever heard of the New York City Historical Museum? They've got a big old freaking Tyrannosaurus Rex there. Look at the museums and actually those bones, they have to coat them with a paint because they've been in the ground so long they give off radiation of some sort. Radon, I guess it's called. Okay, all right, we're done. Oh, there's Halmasa. We're gonna close that. We're not watching Halmasa. We're all done with that. Now we're gonna go to the Commodore 64. We're right at about 2 hours, so we'll close up with some Commodore 64 headline news from first on Fox, and then we'll go to CNN, give equal time. For the most part, I just show. Let's go ahead and put this over on the. Put this on the monitor. Okay, that's on the monitor. So let's turn on the Commodore 64. Ultima. And I don't know. Am I going to go out for a walk? I may have. If it's not raining, it doesn't look like it's raining. Okay, let's go ahead and bring it up here on the screen. And there we go. We have it up on the screen. So let's go ahead and move this forward just a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up the bulletin board. And we're down here on BBS's. Enter. We'll run the config file first. And then we'll run the terminal. While that's happening, I'm going to top off my coffee. I'm going to get my third cup of coffee. I'm just going to step away. I'm still talking here, going into the kitchen to get my third cup of coffee. And, there's enough left for a third cup. Of course, I'd have a fourth cup, but the missus had 2 cups. So that's it for the coffee there, folks. So we're on our last cup of coffee here. As we're setting up for the, I forgot to hit 1. We're setting up for the Commodore BBS. Check the headline news. Okay, let's see. No, Big Juice. We already did 100 years. All right, 100 years ago today, then outside for your day. No, we already did 100 years ago before you came in. You were late for that. You're going to have to watch it on the replay. And this is the BBS. We're going to see the headlines on the Commodore 64. Right here. This is coming off of this. This is tied in. Oh, let me make sure I got. Yeah, okay, that's plugged in. Okay. Got to make sure I'm plugged in there. Oh. We got audio. Testing 1, 2, 3. What happened to my audio? Do I have audio? Testing 1, 2, 3. All Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me try something here. There we go. I reset it. I reset the audio. So there we go. Okay. So I can hear it. Okay, let's see now. Let me turn this up. This is okay. So we're good to go there. So no, it's not a. Is that an old Mac? No, this is a Commodore 64 Ultimate. It's brand spanking new, and this is my Christmas present to myself right here. This is a Commodore 64. Look at it. Look up Commodore Ultimate, Commodore 64 Ultimate, and you'll see what it is. Okay, it's a new Commodore 64. It looks just like the old one, and this is an old 1541 disk drive. This is 40 years old. This is brand new right here. This is updated. The motherboard on this is nothing like the original Commodore 64. And I have a couple old keyboards, Commodore 64, up in the attic, and they're all components and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and bring this down here to retro. It's connecting. There we go. There's our retro. We'll go to 1. And we're going to go first to Fox News, the headlines. Just general headlines. Let's see what happens here. And let's see. We have first. These are the current headlines there. We have Dream Vacation becomes nightmare as dozens fail ill to suspected norovirus outbreak on cruise ship. Well, didn't they have problems with that before? Legionnaire's disease or something like that? Number 2, AEW star Dustin Rhodes shares health update. Why company on hot streak? Is that a wrestling AEW? I'm not sure what that is. And number 3, American speed skater Aaron Jackson Jordan reflects on Winter Olympics patriotism. Okay, so there individuals speaking highly of the United States. Number 4, Soros-backed pro-China network fuels protests against U.S. tech firms. Soros needs to get he needs to have a cap put in. I shouldn't say that. He needs to simmer down. I think he's anti-American actually. Number 5, Jewish leader want Chicago mayor to create anti-Semitism task force. I don't see any problem with that, but the Chicago mayor, he's a dipshit anyway, in my opinion. Let's see. I would say and this isn't saying much, but the New York City mayor probably has more in the ball than that Chicago mayor. Let's see. Next. Let's go to next. Number 6, Margaret Spelling. AI is here, and America's schools aren't preparing our kids to survive it. We shouldn't be surviving it. We should be controlling it. I don't know. I think this AI sometimes the news media takes it out of hand. Let's see. Number 7, Brian, aging may accelerate after cancer treatment, study suggests. Oh, brain aging may accelerate after cancer treatment, studies suggest. Oh, that's not good. You'd be a youngster, you're getting cancer treatment, and your brain's getting. Let's see, number 8, David Marcus gets case on trans kids' right despite 3 clueless justices. Okay, that's an area I don't understand. Don't really want to understand it because it's to each his own, I guess. Captain Rehab, good morning, and the Captain Rehab says good morning. Good morning from the missus. Glad to have you here, Captain Rehab, coming in from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, as far as that goes. And Captain Rehab, the big juice. I'm thinking of taking a vacation. Okay. I don't think you can get a flight in there right now, Captain Rehab. I don't. There's a lot of people trying to get flights out of that area and stuff. Let's see, number 9. And Big Juice says, "Hey, Captain Recap finally stumbles in." There we go. Number 9, U.S. sinks over 30 Iranian ships in Operation Epic Fury, and more top headlines. That's the latest this past week. The United States Navy, they even had a submarine shoot a torpedo, a Mark 48, which is a very, very accurate and precision torpedo. It's the first torpedo ship that they sank since World War II. So I think things are moving really smoothly and really good as far as what I see right now with that operation. So from my military standpoint, I guess. Let's go to next. Go to up to 15. Let's see. Israel pounds Hezbollah targets daring Lebanon to reclaim sovereignty from Iran-backed terror proxy. Yeah, these proxies, they don't have a leg to stand on. Iran can't even support themselves right now with the current combat actions going on. Number 12, mayor for a guaranteed income push to solve affordability crisis with no strings attached cash assistance. Yeah, who pays? The taxpayers pay on that one. Captain Rhea, I heard about that last night. You could say she got canned, but she's been moved over. You got to remember, all these people, it's not a guaranteed job. No matter what president you work for, you work at the pleasure of the president. So I guess the president just sees at this time he needs some. He didn't totally disconnect from her. You can look at the UN the secretary or the ambassador to the UN. You could say he got canned, but he's being really strong. He's starting to build his credibility back up. Kristi Noem, I think she did. I think there was probably too much on her plate. I think it's time for her to go to, and she hasn't been fired. As far as that goes. And Captain Rehab says, yes, but you heard that $143 million defense contract was awarded to one of her friends. Oh, I did not hear that. That could have a, so there's a conflict. So the president is getting her out of there, so there's no conflict. Okay. 143 million, that's compared to the, how many of the other side have given contracts. You got people that go in there, they don't have a pot to pee in, congressmen, congresswomen, and they in 2-3 years they have $20 million. How's that work? I don't know. I think we'll see. We'll see. She's not out of the administration, so she hasn't. They're reporting that she's been fired. She's been transferred to another department, as far as that goes. So, you can make light of that. She's still in the administration. The president has spoke very highly of her. So, I don't think it's big news. What's big news is Jeffrey, the Speaker of the House, Jeffries there of the Democratic Party, saying that we're going to fail. Okay. That's like saying, oh, we're going to go into World War II. And we're going to combat the Nazi Germany and win. And he's already saying, no, you're going to fail. That's ridiculous. Where's the big headline on that one? Tick for tack, I guess. Let's see. Getting back. Let's see. Captain Rehab says, and the company has no headquarters and was founded 8 days before the Okay, I don't know the particulars on that, so I'm sure they'll look into it if they're doing the headline. Let's see. Big Juice says, "All right, I'm getting it. I'll just get it over with now." Thoughts on the war? I think I sort of. I didn't want to call it a war, but if you technically look at it, Big Juice, we've been at war with Iran for 47 years. They've killed Americans. My kid brother was in the Marine Corps. He got out 2 months before the Beirut bombing. He could have been over there. He knows a lot of those Marines that came back in body bags in Beirut. They've killed thousands of Americans over those 47 years, okay, harmed and maimed through their proxies and them. They've killed thousands of their own people here recently, and nobody caring about that. They're caring about all this other crap, but they're not caring about that. I say go and let's take out the regime and give the Iran country back to the Iranian people. Iranian people here that are here in the United States, and even in Iran, you look on, I've seen film clips off of X and the other platforms. There's people dancing in the street thanking President Trump over in Iran, in Tehran, I should say. So I'm all for it. That's my thoughts. And we're going to win. And let's see, Captain Rehab says, Venezuela crude oil is very thick and needs to be blended with thin crude oil for use. Iran has a thinner crude oil, all that. Okay, I'm not too familiar. Oil is oil, I guess. It just depends on how you refine it. So I guess that's a refining process. But I support the troops. I support this mission. And it's showing the world that it's peace through strength. There's the term, Big Juice. We're doing this peace through strength. We're showing, here's the thing, on the negotiations, the last negotiations, let me take this down for a minute here. We'll get back to this. I'm going to get on my soapbox here because this is very interesting. This is very interesting as far as the negotiations that took place before all the bombing, the day before. Here's Iran, and this is reported. This is reported on Fox, CNN, and I don't know. I don't watch MSNBC, dumb shit channel there, stuff like that. MS Now or MS Stupid Now. But I've seen it on CNN and on the news here on the internet. Iran comes into the negotiations and says, "Oh, we have enough weapon grade uranium to make 11 nuclear bombs." They're saying that right out of the gate before they even shake hands and stuff like that and get their greetings to tell the Americans that, oh, we're pretty bad and tough. We got this. We can make the bomb and stuff. And it's worked on all previous where they caved. Okay, we gave them money. We lifted sanctions or something like that. Obama gave a whole bunch of freaking billions of dollars and stuff like that. Trump wasn't going to buy it. He says, "Oh, you do? Oh, okay." And then nothing really came out of that. They gave him we'll give you the medical grade uranium to power into your nuclear power plants. They said, no, we don't want that. We're not going to have that. But we have enough nuclear weapon grade material to bake 11 nuclear bombs. So in that sense, they're trying to tell the United States, you better back off. What do we do? The next day, we bomb the crap out of them. And we're still bombing the crap out of them. So basically, President Trump wasn't buying it. He says he's doing what several presidents prior to this should have freaking done. After every time, we haven't whacked them once. We're whacking them now. And we're making it count. And it's going to be a better and safer Middle East, and it's better for the Iranian people. Look at the results of just getting that dirtbag out of Venezuela. His vice president took over, and now we got friendly relations with Venezuela. They want to be within the United States. And that's that dirtbag that's in jail right now in New York City, the vice president. We got great relations. And I think the same can happen in Iran. Captain Rehab says, Iran fired a missile last night that divides into 80 separate warheads. And it's been shot down. I'm not seeing any report. I haven't seen the reports this morning, but up until yesterday, they have their missile capability. That's probably their last ditch effort, because did you hear the percentage? I listened to the SETCOM briefing yesterday with the Secretary of War, Pete Hescroft, or whatever his name. But the 4-star, the admiral, he's a 4-star. He had a briefing yesterday with the Secretary of War. Their missile firing is down 90% since this started. And it's just coming up. Tomorrow will be a week. In the first week, it's down 90%. They don't have nothing left. I've been looking at they have complete control of the air. So these people are starting to say, well, what about ground troops? We're not going to put ground troops. We got superiority on the war over the airspace. We can bomb them. We can bomb, and we're bombing military targets. What's Iran doing? The regime. They're lobbing missiles in Qatar and all these other places, and they're killing civilians. So there's a big difference. You got to look at that. Just don't look at, oh, they have a missile that separate. That's little stuff. This is big. And the superiority and stuff like that. Let's see. Big just says, but don't you think they will retaliate? Have you been watching the news, Big Juice? Don't joke about that. We're kicking their asses. They're not going to retaliate. Believe me, with the intelligence of having you been listening, Israel, they're dialed into the Iran. The people of Iran are giving us information. Don't look with blinders on. Oh, they're going to be giving us. No, look at the bigger picture. We're knocking the snot out of them. This is bigger. This is like double than the Iraq war, and this is going to benefit everybody around the world. If you do not see that, then I don't even want to talk with you. I can't have an honest discussion with it and stuff like that. It's just like our Speaker of the House, Jeffries. Oh, we're going to fail. We're kicking their freaking asses, folks. There's not going to be any surprise. I very much doubt if you're talking about a surprise, they're not going to drop a bomb on us now. And Double J says, and the Navy is, yeah, exactly, Double J's. I couldn't believe that torpedo strike. You see something like that was a premier shoot. That was one of their first line Navy ships. We take it out in the Indian Ocean with the Mark 48. You guys, if you have not been in the military and you don't study what these weapon systems are, they're testing weapon systems out right now that are so advanced. They've got a new missile system that the Army is using right now that is state of the freaking art. So this thing where a so-called report, oh, they fired a missile and they got many. Well, we have a missile we can fire from an aircraft that sends out projectiles too. BFD, that's one missile. What was the result of it? I didn't hear, okay, they fired a missile, but what was the damage? They're not doing any damage. They're trying to put scare tactics in. And Captain Rehab says, I think they're going to start using more advanced weapons. They don't have any advanced weapons, Captain Rehab, or else they would have already shown them. They don't have communication. The number one thing when you're going to war, and even as a firefighter, this is the number one thing, communications. Their whole communication system is dropped. It's non-existent. If you're going to war and you don't have accurate communications, you're going to lose. They're losing. That on that aspect alone, air superiority, they can't talk to, they can't coordinate anything. Okay, so I'm just saying, right now, the United States and Israel and the Arab state countries, there's a coalition right there, folks. They're telling the Iranian regime, you're old news, you're getting replaced as far as that goes. So I don't buy this advanced. Where are you getting this advanced weapon systems? Is that off of CNN? Captain Rehab, we don't know that Iran designs and produces their own. The weapons they're producing are cheap, $20,000 a copy. There was a one of those drone and was displayed yesterday at the UN by the Israel's ambassador. He say, look at this. This is what they're shooting. They're shooting spears when we're using freaking lasers. Okay, unlike a lot of other Middle East countries. No, they're not that advanced. That's like back in the Iraq war. They say, oh, Iraq, they're the fifth largest army and stuff. We went through there like freaking a hot knife going through butter. So I don't buy it, Captain Rehab, and I'm saying that because there's some information I know that we have. They don't have advanced weapons. That's really, and the intel that just the intel. I don't think you realize the intel that they're dialed into that country. They know what's going on, or else how else would we take out an Ayatollah and 49 people? Okay, You know, that's supposed to be classified for them, but they knew exactly where they were. Yeah, Iran is just doing barely that double chase. I think dirty games. That's all they're doing. They're trying to give the impression that we have a they're just talk. It's just like Iraq was. And I appreciate the support from the Arab countries that are supporting us, like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and all the other ones I can't think of and stuff like that. That's what they shot so far. There's nothing significant. You got to look at it from the U.S. eyes there, Captain Rehab. Don't believe the crap that you're hearing. Filter it out and look at the real picture of what's going on over there. You're getting caught up. You're going down that dark rabbit hole of CNN where, they're going to have advance. And all. Don't speculate. The writing is on the wall. The Iranian regime is done. Okay. Some people would say, let's make Iran a parking. No, we can't make it a parking lot because the Iranian people are good people. They're going to decide, just like Venezuela decided, we're going to keep with this government and stuff like that. It's going to be up to the Iranian people. No, listen from all sides and coming to my own. Yeah, if you're listening to what's coming out of Tehran, then I don't know what to say. I disagree with you that and stuff like that because believe me, I've got some. Let's see. This is also. It has nothing to do with oil. Oil's just a side thing. It has to do with them. Number one, no nukes. Could you imagine someone from Tehran has no feelings or wouldn't hesitate to cut your throat or a family member? You got to get that in your head because they've shown that. We've seen that. The bombing in Beirut, the barracks in Saudi Arabia that they took out. The protesters just recently, okay? They wouldn't hesitate. If they did have a full-fledged bomb, they would have already exploded it. But they came close. We took them out too. Okay, we devastated them. But they're showing that, we're going to redo this. We're not going to go through this negotiation stuff. No, you will not have a nuclear weapon because you can't trust them with it. You can't trust that regime. So if that's your conclusion, it's about oil, go ahead and think that. But I disagree with you. I totally disagree. It's about that and their long-range missiles. You can imagine if they got a nuke and a missile. You can't have that. They're not a stable government and stuff, or else we wouldn't have the rest of the Middle East on our side. It's not about oil, in my opinion. Let's see. The crude oil in Venezuela, which we secured, requires light crude oil to blend. I already got that one. It can be about both, but it's not. I disagree with that, Captain Rehab. I totally just because it's not about oil. We have enough oil as it is. We don't need any. And that blending thing, where did you get that from? CNN? I'm just saying. I haven't heard anything about that. And believe me, I'm watching my share of the news. I'm probably watching and I'm hearing things from people I know that are still in the military. Okay. As far as that goes. So, you didn't have it? Okay. Where'd you hear it on Al Jazeera? See, you're not quoting your sources right off the bat. So it makes me speculate. It's like, that's just another opinion. It's about crude oil. It's about that. No, the president has laid out what the objectives are and why we're there. No nuclear weapon for the regime of Iran. And also they're taking down, decimating that missile process. And they don't have advanced, or else it would have been said yesterday in the sitcom briefing as far as that goes. I'm citing my sources. I'm citing the sitcom briefing. I'm getting it right from the source. I'm getting it from the commander of Southern Command. All the stuff you're saying, and then listening to the president. Those are my sources. Those are my sources. If you're going to believe the opinion, you listen to the news. The news, they got facts as far as the actual operations. The reporters are actually over there, and the news agencies that are going to them. That's real life. The people that are sitting back here in their states and just saying, this. Oh, look at the whatever, Captain Rehab. I know where you. I cite my sources: the president, this Southern Commander, and stuff like that. News agencies on the internet and stuff like that. Stars and Stripes. Okay, check out Stars and Stripes for some sources. Okay, that's a good news agency. Okay. Let's see, I've developed my own conscience based on multiple. Yeah, the same here. Okay. So I'm not going to argue my source is better. My sense of my own conscience is better than yours. Everybody has their different opinion, and I think yours is sprinkled with facts, mine's sprinkled with facts, but there's a very fine line there. You gotta filter out that opinion. I'm very leery of any news agency as far as when it comes out. Wait a minute, that's a person's opinion. Where are they getting from that? When you have a reporter right there telling you, and they're showing you video of what's actually going on, and they do that with the sitcom conferences. So that's enough on this. It's an ongoing thing. I think I support the troops. I think it's for the better of for strength through peace, and that's where I sit. That's my opinion. So everybody else is going to have, oh, what about this? What about that? Okay, whatever. Okay, let's get back to the headline news. We had a good discussion there with Captain Rehab. Yeah, Double J says, yeah, better this conflict ends quickly because I've got family there. It will, quickly. It's not going to be a 1 day or 1 week. It's going to be a couple weeks, Double J's. I got family there, and they're not feeling good about it. The missile. Yeah, I agree with that. The sooner the better, okay? But this thing, they're already talking about, we have people saying, oh, we don't want a prolonged war. I don't think the president wants a prolonged war. He's going to take it to a point and then shut it down. Okay? He doesn't want long wars. He doesn't like wars. But war is necessary when certain circumstances dictate it. This case, I think they're more, in my opinion, they more than dictate. Probably more so than the Iraq war. Okay? But we took care of it, somebody evil then. This, we're taking care of an evil along with Israel and the Gulf State nations there, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and I don't know if I said that right. So hopefully that's what we can pray for. Double J's is a quick, and I think it will, because they're way ahead of their schedule. The SITCOM commander's already said that. He said some of the stuff we're doing now, we didn't think we're going to get to like the second and third week. So when you hear a 4-star general say that, that's when I think they got their shit together. So I'm just saying, you got to read between the lines as far as that goes. Okay, let's get back to our headlines and stuff. I don't want this to be about the Iranian conflict. And yes, I remember on a previous broadcast, Thamer, he said we're at war, and I said no, we're not at a war. It's a conflict. No, Thamer was right. The United States has been at war, but we suddenly realized we've been at war with Iran, and Iran's been at war with the United States for 47 years since they took our hostages. Back in the old days, when you attacked a sovereign nation's embassy, that was an act of war. So yes, I've changed my mind on that. So I've showed, this is a war, folks, and it's a war that's going to take care of things. Double J says the whole Gulf is affecting people there are not used to this, and some of them are overreacting. Yeah, I believe they're safe because they're solid. The government's over there, Double J's, and you know as well as I do, they're a solid government. And Iran made the mistake of throwing missiles at them, and I'm sure they were pissed. Hey, wait a minute. We didn't attack you. Why are you attacking us? Because American assets are there. But they're still lobbing them into Jerusalem, Israel, to Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and stuff like that, or whatever, the other countries there. They're the ones that are trying to cause you havoc. We're taking out military targets. That's what legitimate war is. When you're taking out civilian, you're targeting civilian targets, that's barbaric. I don't care what you say. That is not war. That's barbaric. Even though we did that during World War II, I guess, in a sense. War is not good. And I stand by that. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to we're getting hyped up here. I should change this broadcast into, Hello, America. Okay, let's get back to our thing here. Where do we stay? Double J says it's not about America's assets anymore. They are sending missiles to they. No, they're not even. From what I see, the majority of the targets right now, Double J's, I agree with you. They're hitting civilian targets all over the Middle East. I mean, why are they sending a missile all the way to Cyprus? The other day they sent a missile and Turkey shot it down. And I had to look at the geography. I guess part of Turkey, if Z's still here, Turkey, I don't think he's still here because he hasn't been in the comments. Turkey borders Iran, I guess, up in the northern part. So no, I agree. It's not about American assets. They feel that if we target their civilians, they'll help us push the Americans out, and that's not working this time. All the Arab states in the Middle East are onto Iran. They want Iran out of here, or the regime. I'm just talking about not the country of Iran. It has to go back to the people. That's what I believe. Okay, let's see. We got mayor income. Let's see. Number 13, father of girl injured by illegal migrant truck driver slams insensitive rhetoric during the hearing. Well, that's not good. He'll go to jail. Let's see. Double J says they are playing dirty. No honor army with knowing. Exactly. Let's see. Number 15. Spanberger refuses to honor ICE detaining in murdering case, escalating showdown with Trump. See, it's these people that have the TDS, Trump deranged syndrome. The governor Spanberger, she has TDS. Everything's about Trump. Think about the people you're supposed to represent. They're trying to make points and say that President Trump is evil and it's about him. It's not about him. Take care of your own state. Don't make it about. That's just stupid. And Farmer, who knows what I'm talking to, he knows for a fact because he lives down in Virginia. Yeah, she's a devil. Yeah, she just booted out. I don't care for Newsom, but she just took my number one. That she's probably the worst governor here in the United States. Let's go one more here next. We'll do 5 more for Fox, and then we'll go to CNN. Fox News Digest news quiz. Okay, we don't do that. Sarah Ferguson is a loose cannon who knows where the bodies are buried, royal experts warn. Okay, is she going to give out information concerning the Epstein files? I don't know. That's another joke right there. Well, I shouldn't say it's a joke. It's something that they're making too much emphasis that we should go ahead and see what happens there, but I don't think that's going anywhere. As much stuff that they put out there, everybody's a conspiracy theory on the Epstein files. Let's see, number 18, Democrat lawmakers, illegal aliens, SOTU guest parts of records dispute involving police reports. Okay, so that has to do with illegals. Number 19, parents, not bureaucrats, raise American children, and the Supreme Court agrees. Thank God they agree. Yeah, I'm a parent. Whenever's raising my kids, I should have the decision, not the freaking school or state government. Number 20, construction workers uncover chilling remains of flagship public university halts project. Construction workers uncover chilling remains at flagship public university. Oh, okay. So they discovered a body. They got to disposition the body. Let's go one more. Let's see. 21. Ken, whatever that last name is, Biden opened our borders to Iranian terrorists. Yeah, I think a bunch of Iranian sleeper cells are here in the United States because of our open border. I mean, when you saw all those people coming in on the news, well, it was primarily Fox that covered it. You know, first it was all Hispanic looking from South America. Then they looked Chinese. They looked Arab. It's like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, as far as that goes. Let's see, number 22. Steve Forbes says the AI Cold War has begun and America cannot afford to lose. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know AI is raising electrical costs. President Trump signed an executive order saying that these AI companies, these data centers, they gotta make their own energy because they're causing energy prices to go up. Number 23, appeals court lifts injunction on Trump's Chicago immigrant operation. Oh, okay, so that's a change right there. That's a change one. That's something different out there in Chicago. So ICE can operate it there. 24, Representative Tony Gonzalez announced he will not seek re-election amid House ethics investigation into his affair. Okay, there's some other people that the ethics, the House ethics should investigate. Number 25, Russell Wilson escalates feud with Sean Penn, labels Broncos coach classless. Yeah, I guess there's no love lost between those two. Of course, Russell Wilson used to be the quarterback for the Broncos, and Sean Payton. He's not one of my favorite. He used to be, when he was with New Orleans, I liked him, but I don't like him with the Broncos. I think that he's too outspoken. Okay, let's go ahead and exit out of here. And we'll go to CNN, see what CNN News has. Which CNN, I got to admit, CNN has gotten a little bit better. Let's see. Number 1, Dubai's social influence cultivates repression of being safe haven. Just went up. Oh, Dubai, I guess that was a safe haven? Their social influence cultivated reputation of being a safe haven. It's no longer a safe haven because Dubai, they're getting, I think, is Double J's. Did you hear it? I'm not sure. Is Dubai getting hit with missiles? I'm not sure. I know you're following this pretty closely because you got family in the line of fire there. Number 2, everything we know on the 7th day of the U.S. and Israel war with Iran. So let's see what that one's about. Nearly a week into the latest Middle East conflict, Iran's strikes in the regions have decreased. See right there, CNN, it says they're firing their missiles. Their strikes are decreasing. That's at 90% that's showing up on the board. Strikes in the region have decreased significantly while the U.S. attacks on Iran continues ramping up, and Israel strikes prompt panic in southern Beirut. Okay, there's some action going in southern Beirut. The Trump administration warns the war, which, according to Lebanese and Iranian state media, has already killed more than 1,300 people, which is that's bullshit. Oh, maybe the military side will soon escalate, and NATO allies are reluctant to getting pulled into the country. I don't think we need it. I don't know. We'll see. Is that it? See full article. Well, let's see. Let's go back. What happened there? Let's go to 1. Number 2. Let's see, N. Let's try this one more time. I think I got to hit N, not. Okay, there's that. Number 2. Yeah, spacebar for next. Oh, that's a different article. Okay. So their Iranian strikes, according to CNN, are decreasing. Here's my source right here. There's a source right there, CNN. I guess it coincides with what the CINSAT, Southern Commander of the forces are fighting over, said yesterday during his briefing. So they match up. Let's see. Oh, that's number 4. We went number 4. Okay. I'll get a hit. Let me see. Hit this. No, I guess that's it for the article. We can't get any more. So that was number 4. Let's go back to CNN. Let's see. Number 5. Hungary's $82 million bank transit swoops deepen spat with Ukraine. Okay, so they're arguing over some money there. Number 6. Nearly 14,000 canceled flights. Middle East travel chows in 5 chart. That's the big thing right there. Nobody can travel out of there because the air, unless you're taking a military flight or a military contracting flight. Let's see next. And number 7, Eva Mendes gets birthday surprise from I have no on the national TV. I'm not sure. I don't know who those 2 people are. Number 8, GOP lawmakers push for charges against former White House aide for January 6th. They're still talking January 6th. Number 9, I was the last person in the U.S. that he knew. Teachers face the deportation crackdown, taking students away. See, I haven't heard that on any other news agency. So it's like, what's the truth behind that? I'm very suspicious of that. Number 10, a dead woman, key fob, and 2 grisly crime scenes. How the Utah triple murder suspects have trickled across the state lines. Ooh, that's not good. Number 11, between bombs and blackouts, Iranians are trapped in deep in crisis. Yeah, they would be because they can't get out of their country. But on the briefing yesterday, they did say that they need to stay in their homes because as long as they're in their homes, you don't have to worry about the Israel and the United States. Or I'm not sure if any of the Arab states are flying with us right now, but I'm sure they are. They're taking out military targets. Number 12, why Wall Street is canceling out echoes of the 2020 financial crisis. Okay, that's Wall Street. Let's go to the next one. 13, here's how much the war with Iran is expected to cost each day. See, that's the big thing, is the cost, but we have an unlimited supplies from what that was in the briefing. Days ago, the war with Iran and with no clear end. It's just getting started. It's, no clear end. Oh, you think they had a clear end when they started the Korean War, the World War II? Anyway, in sight, questions have emerged about just how much Operation Epic Fury will cost. It's only a week, and they're trying to throw these detractors. How much is it going to cost? The Pentagon hasn't shared an estimate, and it has yet to ask Congress for a supplement spending bill. That's when you need to ask that question. When they run out of money, they come back to Congress. The Pentagon, this is highly unpredictable, and so we won't know the cost of it until it's over, said Lindsay Sumpton, Program Director of National Priorities. Okay. I don't know. That at this point, that's just a question that it doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Maggie, however you pronounce that last name, and Jesse Buckley reimage Frankenstein's Bride. Oh, there's a new Frankenstein's Bride movie, I guess. Number 15, Nepal's early vote count puts ex-rapper's party ahead. Oh, that's it. Number 16, Kristi Noem finally lost Trump and her job. If she totally lost Trump, she would be going to another agency. She'd be totally out of the administration. But she has enough credibility where Trump isn't cutting her completely out of the administration. So I don't think she's lost Trump totally, or else Trump would have dropped her like a rock, like he did with Steve Bannon in his first administration. 17, many of the 6 U.S. troops killed in the war with Iran served together years earlier in Kuwait. So, and right now they're only, those are the only 6 casualties I've heard. If somebody heard something differently, let me know. But that's what I've been hearing here this week. We only have 6 casualties. Number 18, GOP Republican Gonzalez ends re-election bid. Oh, we already saw that one on Fox. So that there's some truth to that because it's both on Fox and here on CNN. Let's look at number. Let's go one more here next. And then we're going to have to wrap up. Well, we almost make this a 3-hour broadcast here this morning. Let's see. Number 19, Hong Kong media tycoon Jimmy Lee will not appeal outcome in landmark security case, whatever that's about. Number 20, FDA goes on offense amidst surge of criticism for recent drug decisions. Okay. Number 21, triple homicide suspect arrested in Colorado, affected women found dead on the Utah. Oh, this is why they said it on Fox News. They said it crossed state lines. Utah hiker trail and in home. Number 22. Let's see. This person says the Pentagon supply chain risk label will have less business impact than feared. Okay. Number 23. Justice Department posts FBI interview memos relating to Trump's sex abuse. That's chasing something that's not there. 24. In torpedoing an enemy warship, the U.S. Navy just did something it hadn't done in 8 decades, which is going back to World War II. Okay, so that's it for the headlines for both Fox News and CNN News, and our discussion on the war between Iran, Israel, and United States and the Arab countries there in the Middle East, as far as that goes. So we're going to end this, exit, and there's our alien friend right there. So, okay, let's shut this down. And, let's see, we shut that down? Yeah, there we go. So there we have that. Good discussion on the Iranian, United States, Israel, and Arab states war, I guess. I'm calling it a war now. I come to terms that it is a war. We're taking warlike actions, and I thought about it again in talking with over the missus and stuff. I mean, my military career started when I just started. We were going. The Iranians, they took the hostages. That was back in the 80s. Yeah, 1980, 79 to 80. I was over in Italy when that happened. And since then, that's a starting point. The Ayatollah, who was being harbored over in France, he came back and took over, and the regime has been nothing positive out of that regime for the Iranian people or the Middle East. They went to war with Iraq. They backed off, and if they were that strong, Iran, they would have took out Iraq, but they didn't. It was a stalemate between the two of them. But there's clear objectives being stated by the president, and SITCOM is executing those objectives to prevent the Iranian regime from getting a nuclear bomb or extending their missile program and stuff like that. And that's a better. To do those objectives, that's a better situation for the whole Middle East as a whole, as far as that goes. I think the stupidest thing Iran did when Israel and the United States first started bombing was to fire missiles into the Arab states that are in the neighborhood. That was outrightly stupid. It just went against them. So there is a change as far as that goes. Oh, when am I going to... I haven't decided that because I get it out a little bit here. I don't want to, I guess with it's obvious, I guess, with the discussion we had here we have different opinions, which I recognize and I respect. I have questions on some of the things that are brought up. I'll probably look at as far as that goes, but I do think we are at war. We have been at war because like I said, it was last week. Thamer said, "Oh, it was Monday." He said, "We're at war. What do you think?" I said, "We're not at war. We're just at a conflict." No, I'm not calling this because I'm putting everything together, and that's for me personally. Because my brother, like I said, he was in the United States Marine Corps. He almost went over there. He got out 2 months before. If he would have stayed in, he would have been over there. My nephew, Afghanistan has nothing to do with Iran, but the same situation. My nephew, when he was he was deployed on the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, which was technically classified, I guess, from what I was told. But he lost his leg, an IED. Who's the founder of IEDs? The Iranians. So I'm not sure, Double J's. I don't have the interest to do a Hello America, but let's see. Talking about on the other platforms. Yep, you got content now. Considered things happening now. Yeah, I'm into. I'm not really want to get into the Hello America. We got enough talking heads. You don't need me. I know you're interested in my opinion, and I know Captain Rehab's. I'm interested in his opinion too. But we had a little bit of a disagreement there on sources and stuff. And that's the thing. I don't want to take it any further past that because my sources are better than yours. No, we're just a bunch of people on the internet looking at stuff that's being fed us, and you got to use filters and stuff like that. And that's all I'm saying. But talking about it on the other platform, yep. But I want to do the gaming. I'm into doing the gaming stuff like that. So, but I do respect all the opinions that were expressed here in the chat. It may sound I got a little excited there, but it's just like I'm thinking, come on, use common sense. I guess I'm trying to use common sense. And that's why I say right now, let's see, Double J says, only interest in your opinion since I know you do your research, not just get on and just, yeah, I try and stay fair as far as that goes. If I don't agree with it, that means I just don't agree with it. And I try and look at it from a realistic, common sense. I'm not going to suck up and eat up all the gobbledygook that's out there. As far as I'm looking at the overall mission of any, it's just like on the fire ground, we got this, no, we need to do this all together to get the mission done. And the little nitpicky things, this, that, and stuff like that, everybody has an opinion. We know that. We've been here long enough to know that, right, Double J's? And but thank you as far as saying you're interested in my opinion. And this is an opinion. I don't know all the answers, and I could say I'm wrong. But there's certain things that are out there that are being said that I'll just slightly say, I disagree. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's right. And if you think otherwise, that's your opinion. That's your bag of donuts and stuff like that. I'm not going to lose any sleep about it because I know me. I know myself and stuff like that. We all have life experiences and stuff like that. But I just think the way the news media has been, actually it's getting better. CNN, I got to admit, CNN has gotten a little bit better. But they still have some nut jobs over there. And believe me, Fox has their share of nut jobs too. MSNBC, MS Dumbass Network now is just, I don't even bring, if I check on that channel just to see, within the last 3 or 4 months, if I'm on that channel, I'm out of there in like 5-10 seconds. I said, what are they talking for? I just say that, but I have to admit, CNN, there's a lot of their reporting on some of their older reporters are doing they're doing a lot better than what they have in the post. At least they're trying to get away from that TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and that a lot of that, as far as that goes. And Farmer says no one really knows how long as our military is used operational security. No one really knows as long as our military is using operational security as they should. Exactly. I agree with that totally, Farmer. That's a good statement. They're not going to tell you everything. That's where all the speculation comes in, even from the news agent. Everybody that thinks, and that's why you got to have your sources. And it's good to hear that. I know for a fact that Captain Rehab, he has his sources and stuff like that. So, and there could be some truth in what he's saying, but I haven't, some of the stuff he said, I haven't seen, it hasn't popped up on my radar. So that's why I guess I'm going to have to look at it and stuff like that. And, but from the standpoints of weapon systems, believe me, I do my due diligence in studying weapon systems. I know about weapon systems as far as that goes. And just from the pictures that are showing up there, I'm seeing a lot of new weapon systems as far as that goes. And some of the pictures that they're showing, especially on these sitcom briefings, very interesting, very interesting. And they're not just feeding you gobbledygook. When you get a briefing from a 4-star general, and that's the other thing. There's like a number of 4-star generals that were in all the branches here in the United States. There's probably about maybe 20 or 30 of them, top ranked generals. I heard a statement. They all agree what we're doing is the right thing to do. So that speaks volumes when you have previous military people there. I don't see any criticism, and usually I think during the well, we're not going to go there. I think Captain Rehab's just riled. Yeah, he does that. Just no, he does. He's got me pegged. He's poking. There's a couple of them that he poked. That's what I'm saying. I caught myself and stuff. And yeah, it's 9:00. I get the missus been on here for almost 3 hours here, but I'm gonna probably have to ride. No, I'll probably go out for a walk. Is it raining out? Oh, okay. It doesn't look like it. It looks wet. Yeah, the misty out, but it's all good though. Like I said, Captain Rehab, he knows his stuff. I respect Captain Rehab as far as that goes. It's just some of the things like, really? It's one of those surprising things, it's just like, and I know he does that. And it's all good fun, Double J's, okay? As long as we state that, okay? I'm not going to get all, I'm past those days of getting all riled up and stuff. Unless I'm on Hello America, right? Maybe I might have one this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Are you on Rumble, Double J's? If you follow me on Rumble, you'll get the notification from it, stuff like that. So it's on Fireman Broadcast on Rumble at Fireman Rich. All right, I think that's enough. I think we need to exit stage left here as far as get our day going. Friday's always good. I like staying on here for a little bit longer than normal and stuff. We didn't really have that many news articles as far as that goes. So, but we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here and get our day going. And I want to just say thank you very much for those that were in the chat here for this Friday morning coffee broadcast. And Double J says, yes, I follow you on Rumble. You don't even have to. Oh, okay. Okay, Double J's. Thank you very much. Thank you. Because if you're following me on Rumble, you'll know when I go on Hello. You'll get notification and stuff. But thank you for your view on that. And you too, Farmer. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and exit stage. Have a great day. You too, Farmer from Virginia. Thank you very much. Who was in the chat here? Appreciate that. But we also had starting off the program 3 hours ago. Wow. We had our Jersey girl Tina. She was in the air. We had. Thank you, Tina. Have a great weekend. We had Z from Turkey. He was here for a little bit there. He's probably hanging out with his girlfriend, so he wasn't very talkative in the chat today, but he's over there in Turkey. Thank you, Z, for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And let's see. We have, going down the list, we had a Farmer, of course. Thank you, Farmer, coming in from Virginia. Thank you. You have a great one. Take care of those chickens. And Double J's coming in from an undisclosed location in the southern hemisphere. He's originally from India. Thank you, Double J's. Greatly appreciate it. You have a great one. You take care. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you in the next one as well. And let's see, going down the list, we had Tim Fan. Tim Fan coming in from Michigan. And you have a great one, Tim. And I think after that, we had Deplorable coming in from Bradford, PA, the Commonwealth. Thank you. Love the flags there from both you and Farmer. The Rumble rocks. Rumble rocks. And let's see, going down the list, I think, Big Juice. Big Juice. Thank you for being here, Steve, coming in from the Buckeye State. You have a great weekend, my friend. Stay out of the showers. Just joking. And then we had Captain Rehab came in where we had a good discussion with him. Thank you, Captain Rehab, coming in from the city of Philadelphia. You have a great one, my friend, and stay safe. And let's see, we have, I think that was it. Yeah, we just had the discussion there. And Double J's, yes, you take care, Double J's, and have a great weekend. Catch you in the next one. And Farmer says, the missus called me out with the time as well. Thank you. The Farmer says, thank you for the time. Yeah, Farmer from Virginia, he says, the missus called me out with the time as well. Lots of laughs. Thank you to the missus. When you say it's 9 o'clock, yeah, I know. It's yeah, I know. But thank you, Farmer. That's a good one there. She liked that. But thank you also the people that are watching that did come in the chat. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for the replay views. And also thank you for the listens over there on Spotify for Creators. We repurpose this audio on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. And thank you very much. And with that, we're out of here. And a very good broadcast today. Thank you very much for it. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. And you can follow me over here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich on Rumble, Fireman Rich Broadcasts. And I'm over on X, at Fireman Rich on X. That's my mainstay for posting on social media platforms, as well as my mainstay for, if you want to know what I'm doing, I'm over there on X. I do post on other platforms, a host of other platforms, some very fine and good social media platforms. They're all good, I think, for the most part. But just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at over there. But other than that, we are out of here. You all have a great one. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. God bless America, and God bless all you out there on these interwebs. Ciao for now. As we skate outie. Take care.